and good evening. Happy Saturday. Hope you're all well. I've literally just run into here with like about a minute or two to spare because I've been driving today. Don't usually work weekends, but I've been up to Derby today. Went up to Derby yesterday, and then from Derby I went on to York, and then all the way back yesterday. Long day yesterday, 14.5 hours. And then this morning I was up out at 7:15, over to a couple of places to pick up some pallets of veg, and up to Derby again to Hello Fresh. So yeah, got back from there at about 4 o'clock, and since then I've been pulling stuff out of the storage unit for the car boot tomorrow, and I've literally just finished putting it away. So I hope you're all well. I hope you've had a good week. Hope you've been enjoying the hot weather. Let's have a look, see who's in. So we've got Dave in. A horse walks into a bar. Barman says, "What's with the long face?" Ba-da-bum. What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie? Sophisticated. He must be drinking. We'll have to get him on as well. My wife is really mad at the fact that I have no sense of direction. So I packed up my stuff. And right and left. Hi, Lisette. Hope you're well. I hope you're having a good time. And if you're selling loads, and I hope you're enjoying the hot weather. We're really early. He was in early. Hi, Sean. How you doing? Hope you're well. My guest is running a little bit behind. Been a little bit worried. I ain't really heard a lot, so I thought I'd get in touch. And yeah, he's coming on. He's just coming back from somewhere, so he can tell us where he's been and what he's been up to. Sean, everyone's a winner. Hi, Sharon. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying the lovely weather. It's really hot. I should have the door open, really, but if I do, the dogs are going to come in and they're going to bark and it's all going to go mad. So we've got Sharon, we've got Sean, Dave. I think we've only got Sean, Dave and Sharon in. Hope it's Brian. No, unfortunately, I wish it was. Oh, no, Jade. Got Jade in, my eldest daughter, who I'm doing a car boot sale with tomorrow. So I've just been sorting all the stuff out. So I've got the car packed up, ready to go, and left some room for Jade stuff. We always do it just about right. Somehow we work it right that we just have enough room. If you scroll to the top of the chat, you'll see some amazing jokes. Already seen them, Dave. Dad jokes rock. They do, especially her dads. I only seem to make myself laugh. Most important thing, people laughing at you, laughing and not the joke. There you go. Evening, Santa. Welcome from the North Pole. Good to see you in. I hope you've been out on that Harley Davidson. Let's quickly whiz through this. 41 in, thank you very much. We've got Tam and Bell in. How you doing, Tam and Bell? I hope you've had a good week. Loads of sales. I haven't had any because I've obviously been working and driving. Although I did do 2 days cleaning stuff and listing this week. So I worked Monday, Friday and Saturday. But I've done some miles. I was up in York yesterday and then Derby as well yesterday and Derby again today. Evening, Chris. Hope you're well. Santa, Rich Secret Carper. Good evening, mate. Everyone's saying hello to everyone, which is nice. HELLO. Oh, yeah. Oh, Fly. Mr. Miyagi. Oh, look, Mr. Miyagi. I've got it and all. Hi, Reselling. Staying in to do your hair tonight. Yeah, he's not out tonight. He's not out tonight, so he thought he'd come in and give us a few of his jokes. Hi, Porky. Good to see you, mate. Hi, Lee. Evening. Everyone's saying hello. Rolando, good evening. Live from the UK. It's Saturday night. It certainly is. It's still sunny out there, though, so it's like Saturday day. Hi, Jess. Good evening. Hope you're well. Hope your sales are good. Evening, Joan. Hope you're well. The title was gonna be Saturday Night Live with a guest and an auction. I was gonna do a mystery box auction tonight, but I literally haven't had a chance to sort anything out. So probably next Saturday I'll do an auction of a mystery box, and it's going to be a banger. If anyone's interested. Jones. Evening, Jane. Good to see you. Jane, was it you that was with Amanda? Or was that another Jane? We've got little Steve in. Hello. I don't like calling him Steve. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. If you haven't checked out the movie chats, guys, go and check them out. If you're into films and film chat and stuff like that, get over and give them a check out. Evening, Helen. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good week. Evening, Ian. Are you at Apps Court Farm tomorrow, Ian? Because me and my daughter are going to be at Apps tomorrow selling. Hello, Nicola. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Happy Saturday, Kath. Good to see you. I've just literally woofed a blooming curry down that my wife made me as well. Just a quick ping meal. Didn't have a lot of time. Everyone's saying hello. I said hello to Lee, Nicola, and Bell. Evening, Junie. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. There's a lot of you in. 52. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's good to see you all on this Saturday. So if you've had any good sales or anything, stick it in the comments. Let us know what you've had to sell. Or if you picked up anything decent, let us know. Hi, Jilly. In tune with each other. Yeah. Everyone's saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. I literally didn't even have a chance to get myself a proper drink, so I've grabbed a can of lager and a glass. I'm going to pour that in a minute because it is sweltering. If anyone's at Apps Court Farm tomorrow, come and say hello. And if you've got loads of money, come and buy something. Jade's got the best stuff. Although I've just pulled out some different stuff. I managed to get right into the storage, and hopefully I've got 5 bags of golf clubs. So I'm hoping golf clubs are going to go tomorrow. I've pulled out a load of metal rim sunglasses for my film prop couple that supply sunglasses to the Crown, all these murder mystery programs and all that. So they do like Downton Abbey, they do costume jewelry for things like that. So they'll be round tomorrow. So I've got a nice few quid's worth of sunglasses for them to have a go through. So that should be good. Get rid of them before the sun goes away. Everyone's saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. I will get to the bottom. Is it Jay? No. I'll put you out your misery. Hang on one sec. Evening, Rebecca. I'm exhausted, tired, and in pain, like usual. What's he doing? What is he doing? I can't remember what time I woke up. Rebecca, it is good to see you, though. And sorry to hear that you're in pain. I hope you feel better soon. Hi, Jennifer from America. How you doing? Hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much. Hey, my fattest favourite Saturday night peoples. Thank you very much. Good to see you, Paula. 55 of you guys in now. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Everyone's saying hello. This channel helps with my mental health. Love the show. Thank you so much. That's the reason I do it. The reason I do it is to be positive for people and give someone a conversation that might not have a conversation. So really good to see you in, mate, and thank you very much for saying that. It means a lot. Evening, Jason. I hope you're well. Rebecca saying hello to everyone. Hi, Jennifer saying hello to everyone. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. We're doing the treasure trek tomorrow, getting stressed about what to sell and trying to get it ready. Left it too late as always. We always do. Yes, that was Jane. So Jane Brown in the chat was on Amanda Organizer Resellers. I think it was about 2.5 minutes. A video earlier. She came to see her in Littlehampton, which was lovely. Actually, I was up in Slough, I think on Monday. Yeah, Monday I was up in Slough, Jane. Everyone's saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. I will get to the bottom. Not nice when in pain. Definitely not nice when you're in pain. Since I've been doing this job, I bust my hip quite a few years ago, but I've been getting real ag with it since I've been pulling pallets about. Everyone's saying hello. There's Movie Chat's link. Go and check them out. UK Reseller, how you doing? Good evening. Everyone's saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. Good luck for tomorrow, Kath. Yeah, I hope it will go well. Everyone's saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. Right, while I finish this, I'm going to bring my guest on. So, hello. Hello,
I
Miss.
made it. I made it. Like you, Rich, I've spent most of today in the motor, and then as soon as I finished with the motor, I was then packing, ready for the booty tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been non-stop, mate. I've been going since 6:44. I've been up since 6:15, out since 7:15 on the road.
You beat me there. You beat me there. I definitely was not out at anywhere near 6. I made sure I had a little bit of a line today. But I didn't go to bed till 1 because Sarah decided to decorate one of the walls in the living room at
Nice.
silly o'clock at night, though. So it was
No,
meant
that's
to
not
be.
nice.
No, it's not nice. Half 12, 1 o'clock. But anyway, how's everyone doing? I was watching, listening, not watching because I was driving. That'll be illegal. That'll
I
be
was
illegal.
I was saying last week, like where we hadn't heard from you, and I was worried about you, because you haven't you haven't really been about. Little
I've
Miss
been
Q
well.
hasn't. I haven't heard from Little Miss Q. She hasn't put anything
Oh,
on
really?
for months, so we haven't heard from
Yeah,
her.
it's that.
So
It's one of those things. It's like I had to I say prioritize. I didn't even put that much
hi,
thought
Rich.
into it. I just didn't have time to be on here. Even I said to you earlier on the phone call, didn't I? I haven't even had time to catch up. I've watched a couple of videos from within the reseller community, but I've not had time. But when you look at what I've managed to achieve in the time that I've been away,
Yeah,
it could be worth it. It could be worth it. But I'm feeling it. My lips. I think I caught the sun today as well because you've been driving all day in the motor. I've just been sitting in the back of the bloody
oh
van.
mate, it's been sweltering
Have you
today.
got
Well,
aircon? Have you got
no,
aircon?
no.
No, no,
And
no. Not
yesterday,
mine.
and yesterday, I was 14.5 hours in the van, like without like non-stop. I started at Littlehampton, picked up 2 pallets in Chichester, different places, then went up to Derby, Hello
Weren't
Fresh.
Derby a nightmare though? Didn't Derby? They didn't know what was going on, did they? Is
No,
that
it wasn't them. Derby was fine. So I dropped the 2 pallets at Hello Fresh in Derby. Then I got a call saying I got a reload. So I had to go 2 hours more north to York. it was there that they didn't know what was going on, but in the end, it all got sorted and they sorted it out. And then I had a nice little 5.25 hour drive home. Got home at 9 o'clock last night. By the time I dropped my last pallet off at 8:15, home at 9.
That's mad, isn't it? That is mad. That's commitment. That's commitment, Rich. I can do it.
Nice
But then,
though. It's nice. The money's good, and because it was such a long day for me, the guy put me down for a night out as well. So like when the lorry drivers go out and have to stay out on the road because they're starting early or finishing late, they get an extra. It's called a night out, and they get 30 quid. So I'm getting an extra 30 quid. So tomorrow for yesterday, I should get about 175 quid.
yeah, that's
So
decent. That's
it's worth
decent.
it.
Yeah, that's it. You got some
So
things.
Dave's going to a new boot sale tomorrow.
ABL.
Yeah.
Nice. I've been
Everyone's saying
using his
hello.
tape measure today. I've been working on the camper, and I don't even know where this tape measure come from, but I did add it on one of my videos way back, and it was ABL, and it's just it's stamped with ABL, and I remember putting it in one of the videos.
Don't tell him that he'll want to buy it.
Nah, it's mine, mate. It's done me proud.
We got
It's probably-
James is in. Good
Yes,
evening, everyone. Bundling a wardrobe as we speak, butting drawers and shelving up. Butting drawers.
DIY, bit of DIY.
He's proper DIY in it. He's I'll let him tell everyone like if he wants to tell everyone what he's doing, but he's absolutely he's doing well. He's doing well, old James. Paula, pop over to us afterwards. Kathy saying to Dave.
Which
Dave,
one are
my
you
son
going to? Is it up near you? The boot sale. What boot sale did you say he's going to?
Dave, I didn't see. He's going to a new one though, so it's got to be up by him somewhere. Saturday night, everyone. Hope everyone's had a brilliant day. So where you been, mate?
Who, me?
Tell everyone where you been. Yeah.
What, today or in general?
No, for the last
In
couple of
general,
3 months because
we're
no
going
one's really
way
seen
back.
you.
We're going way back, like 3, 4. How long's it been? It's been a fair few months. It's got to be 2 months, surely.
It's got to
been
be.
2.
It's easy 2 months. That's why I was getting worried.
Well, when I think the last time I actually spoke, on here, I think it was when I was in Greece, weren't it? And then I come back.
That's
Obviously,
right. Yeah, a little live from Greece.
Summer programs. I'm just as burnt. I feel like I've been in Greece today, and I even really been out the back of the van. But yeah, no, our first program started. When was it? 4th of July, the biggest one. And it's just been summer, man. It takes over. It literally takes over.
Yeah.
So with all the work and stuff, obviously it's been stressful. The before program, getting the staff, keeping the staff up, making sure we've got enough. We've experienced more absences and more dropouts on staff this year compared to COVID times. How mad is that? So
That's
replacing, the weekend will go past and there's 5 members of staff that have either been removed from program or they've left for whatever reason. So then you got to get the reserves in. But yeah, the amount of people we've had to replace has been relentless. So I've not even really been out on program. It's mainly been office.
Yeah.
I got to go up to Essex the other day, but we've come to the end of all that. So this next week is our last week with big numbers. And then when that's done, summer's done for me, so I'll be fully back. I've been recording, don't worry. That massive library of videos that I do want to edit has just got even bigger because I've been doing home renovations. We took down the wooden shack. We started building an extension on a budget of £3,000.
Well, me, you, and James have still got to do the Broccoli Boys music video.
Oh, mate,
well.
that's in there still. Kev blasted for me. My stepdad wants me to do a little a montage for him because way back when TikTok used to be called Musically, before I don't go on TikTok. It used to be Musically, didn't it? And when that first came out, I remember I was using it hard, and I remember making it's about 2.5 minutes in total because it's like a montage of these little time lapses that I've done. And I'd done a plastering edit from start to finish, and I added some classical music to it. It was insane. And he wanted me to do one for his Checker Trader.
Oh, nice.
But it's all these other things that people keep giving me to do. I've done edits for my brother's GoPro, for his drone. I've done edits for work. I've been doing all the edits for the mini Olympic Games, for all the... it's been mad. It's been mad. My lips are chapped. I don't want you to feel sorry for me, but I do want you to feel sorry for me a little bit. Please do, just a little bit. I feel I'm not cut out for.
I've don't know how many miles I've driven this week in a van
Yeah,
with
to
no
be
aircon,
fair,
so I don't feel sorry
you've
for
trumped
anyone.
yeah, you've trumped you've definitely trumped me on that one, on the hour side of things.
Oh dear,
Um,
I'm so tired. Well, Monday was only 6.5 hours, but I did Feltham and Slough.
but
So
hold on a minute. Hold on. I want to go back on that. You ain't trumped me yet because I ain't finished.
all right,
Before,
go on.
before when during all this madness. So say I
Yeah,
start work because school run. I do school run most days, if not every day, and so I don't normally get into the office early. So I have about an hour and a bit in the morning to mess about until Mia is ready to be taken to school. So I get up about 7 until about 8, 8:15. I was literally loading materials from the front to the back, hardcore from the back to the front. You know them griller tubs, and I've got all the evidence. I've got evidence coming. So before work and after work, I've been digging and moving, making
my
this a
mum.
tidy place for my dad to work
Yeah,
his
yeah.
magic. So yeah, I've been doing some early starts, but recently not so much. So you trumped me in the last week or something, but 2, 3 weeks ago, these hands, they're not cut out for DIY anymore. I'm not a builder no more. I've realised my body has evolved to a pen pusher. Right, that's pretty much what I've become.
So you don't like splinters and like calluses and
Mate,
stuff.
I went for an MRI scan 3 days ago, right? And the geezer said to me, he was like, "Have you had any metal shards in your eyes in the last couple of weeks?" And I was like, "No, that's a strange question." But on that note, I was like, "You see these little black bits in my thumb and my fingertips?"
Everyone's saying hello to you, Max. Everyone's saying hello to you. I mean, Mum,
Hello,
Dave,
hello.
James,
I did sort of
Sean,
say hello.
everyone. Yeah,
Hello.
just
It's been.
pass it
I
on.
will. I
Everyone's
probably
saying
won't.
hello.
What I will say to everybody right here, right now, is the chances of me catching up on all of the missed content from you lot is very slim. It's very slim, but you never know.
Tam's saying, Max, you sexy beast.
Oh, mate, really, I think I look like a burned bloody. I ain't shaved for like. Look how long this beard is. I ain't shaved for.
I did, Jade. Everyone was trying to guess who was coming on as my guest, and my daughter guessed you, and I said, no, it's not Max.
At the beginning, when you said I was a bit worried about this person, I thought everyone's going to get it now, surely. But it just goes to show no one gives a shit.
They do. They definitely do. Everyone's
I
saying
appreciate the
hello.
calls, though, Rick. Rich. I appreciate the
Rick.
calls because yeah,
That's all right.
you can be my Rick. I'll be your Morty,
That's it. Yeah. I've never watched that program.
mate. You're missing out. I've not
But
seen it.
I never liked the Simpsons or what's the other one?
Yeah, I did as a kid.
American Dad and things like that.
Yeah,
Never watched any of them.
I did Simpsons as a
I
kid.
don't know.
I did. American Dad. That's something that used to just. It's always on in the background. If you leave the TV on, that just used to be on. And when I was in my crazier days, when I first left school, I used to watch American Dad for the wrong reasons, but it was funny as it was amazing to watch in certain situations. Let's just say that. But
Sorry,
yeah, Rick and Morty. The only reason I started watching that is because my stepdad Kev and my brother Jack decided to start and they let Mason watch that for the first season. I can't remember how he was young, right? He was young. I walked around my mum's, went to my mum's to pick him up, and he's sitting on the sofa with Kev and Jack watching Rick and Morty. And I was sat down for 5 minutes, had no clue what it was. And within 5 minutes, I knew exactly what it was about. And they're trying to win the argument, saying, no, it's all right. It's all right. No, it's not bad. Jack watched this when he was well young. And then I look back at the screen and Morty's groping some girl's breasts, like in a dream. Mason was about 5 years old or something.
no,
Couldn't
no.
believe it. So yeah,
Oh,
that's when I
dear.
first sort of got wind of it. But a lot of students that we work with tell you stuff that they're watching, and I've often then seen it come up
Yeah.
on Netflix, and there was something I can't remember what it was called. It'll come back to me. Me and Sarah watched the first season, and it was funny, man. What was it?
I'll tell you what
I'll tell you what
I've been. It's what?
F is for family on Netflix. There's a cartoon,
I've never seen that.
but it's definitely adult. But yeah, it's quite funny. It's quite
Tell you
funny.
what I did binge watch Tuesday and Wednesday while I was cleaning in here and that was Reacher, it's called. It's on
Reach.
Prime. Yeah, it's like Jack Reacher. You know Tom Cruise did Jack Reacher.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a series about Jack Reacher. I'll tell you what a series! It's amazing. I binged it in 2 days.
What, you done
It
the
was,
whole thing?
yeah, it was brilliant though. Because
Yeah.
it's like violence and fighting, and like it's just this bloke just doesn't care, and like he's obviously fighting for good, but
See, I
like
know I
yeah,
got Kev
he
in my
just
ear because I told him about this. I'm sure we had a conversation about it not that long ago, and he was just saying, "No, the books, even the film with Tom Cruise, because you say it's Tom Cruise that plays this guy, isn't it?
he plays
Not
Jack
in this
Reacher in
one,
the film, yeah.
in the film, yeah." And he didn't rate the
He
films
didn't
at
answer
all.
that.
He said if you've read the books, you wouldn't like the films. It just don't do it justice. Apparently, in the books, this geezer, this Reacher guy, is a big guy. The way they explain it and
He's
talk
yeah,
about him,
he's massive.
and
They keep calling him
then you use
Sasquatch
Tom
and all that.
Cruise.
Like, oh yeah, but like in the program Reacher, the guy is huge.
Yeah, it
He's
should be though because
absolutely humongous.
that's how he spoke about in text, isn't it? So it should be.
Yeah.
But they
Right,
could
Bill.
say that about a lot of films.
Yeah.
So who's on the boot sales tomorrow? Who's in the
Fine.
chat? Thumbs up if you're doing a boot sale, selling a boot sale. Because me and Rich are. I reckon we should get a
We are.
mass live going tomorrow.
We're selling at a boot.
Now that's what I want to know. I want to know if anyone's selling or buy. Oh yeah, most people buy, don't they, on this community? I've got bits that I've just dragged out my shed right that have literally moved with us from our old house. And some of
Yeah.
the clothes and stuff, when you look at the ages in them, it proves that they had. Because I said to Sarah, I was like, some of this stuff in here, I was like, it's literally has to have moved with us. Like, it's not stuff we've accumulated just from living in this house. And then we went through some of the sizes. Like, yeah, 100%. We've had this in boxes for at least 6 years. It's not coming back tomorrow. There is some stuff that I'll be willing to bring back. I've took a couple of bits from the loft that we listed on eBay. Things that are brand new. There's like a Star Wars tin with a book in it, and it's been on eBay for about 4 months and hasn't sold. So I'll just take that to the boot sale. But if it doesn't sell, all that stuff's going to the charity shop. It's all going there. Or you
Well,
said at the beginning, Rich, auction. Let's do a flipping auction. let's get it all gone.
I was going to do a mystery box, and I thought I am going to jam pack this mystery box. I'm going to like pack it up.
What sort of are you going to give any clues to what sort of stuff will
I'm
be
going to put some
inside?
teas in there. There's like some vinyl figures, not all Funko Pops. There might be one Funko Pop. There's a few other vinyl figures. I'm going to stick like I don't know, one or two signed.
All right,
Like,
don't give it all away, mate. Make it a bit of a
Lis-
mystery. I just
listen,
roughly
listen.
genre.
There's something I got this week. It's sealed, new, and I couldn't find one on eBay. I don't think, but I found one on Amazon, and it was just under 40 quid, sealed new. So yeah, so it's gonna be a good box. It's going to be a proper box. That is some CGI movies. Shit, they're pretty certain it's meant to be Max, but he's not been seen for months. I know. That's why I had to track him down.
Do you know what's going on here? I know what's going on. People have sussed out what's going on. So this is really James sitting here, and he's used
Thanks,
that
Donna.
face hacker. He's used that face tracker hacker thing. You know, where you
Oh
get something.
yeah. Some of them are really good, aren't they?
They're scary and it's dangerous. So this is why people call me paranoid in that. But at the same, not paranoid in the sense that like I'm walking around looking around the corners, but I've always said to the kids, like you always cover that camera. If you're using your phone and stuff in the bathroom or getting changed or whatever, and you're watching a video, camera, laptop, sorry, phone, whatever it is, PC,
Yeah,
desktop, cover that thing up. Yeah, and
yeah,
they do it because people can take your photos. Not that there are photos in all over on social media anyway, so people can get it in any number of different ways. But
yeah,
when you see how good their maps are, it could easily be done. Easily be
yeah.
done.
Well,
Uh,
my webcam's got a little flap on it. Actually, I'd forgotten to put it down from the last time I used it. But
yeah, the little switchy things.
hi, Kristin. That's another person I was thinking about. We haven't seen. I've seen your videos and stuff, but I haven't seen you in the chats much. So really good to see you tonight, Kristin. I was only thinking that in the last couple of days. I haven't really seen you in the chat, so it's good to see you.
That means you've been busy.
Definitely, yeah. I'm definitely not sharing his Instagram post because I need help identifying an unusual object. The gentleman known as Sean. There you go.
Shout out to Sean because
I'll
whenever
see
I've
Sean.
needed something information wise, although Sean, I will say this, he did give me some. I didn't ask for this, right? I didn't ask for it, but he gave it to me for free.
Oh, good.
But he was quite confident in what he'd given me. He gave me and it's about 3 different titles. You remember this,
Mm.
Sean? 3 different titles for 3 different item listings that was going to put, and these are like antique. Not, I don't even know if they are antique.
Yeah.
Chinaware, plates, saucers, little dishes, and I can't remember what they are. He'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But he gave me these punchline titles and these little descriptive text to put in the thingies. I ain't had a single view, Sean. They've been up there about 5 months. Not one person's looked at them.
Not a
Not even
view.
you, Sean.
Not a single view.
To be fair, they may have now. This was about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago, but they've been up there for a while. I think this must have been about two months ago that I messaged them. But
Yeah.
without a doubt, within 5-10 minutes or whatever, there was a load of information coming my way. I almost felt like I needed to pay for the service at the end. It was that good a service. When I asked for some, it was like Google Lens, but on Instagram. You just typed a message to this Sean Abercrombie, this guy. Yeah, I don't really know him, but I know him from here. And then boom, flooded like with an encyclopedia of knowledge on them items. Yeah, it didn't sell. I'd be up for doing an auction. You talk about mystery boxes. I think I've still got about 3 or 4 in the loft. But our loft is insane. Like what I've got for the boot sale tomorrow is stuff that is it's ours. It's just stuff that's been in the shed. We've dug some more stuff out the loft. But I really don't want to bring it back. But I've got to go through all the good stuff. We've had stuff that's listed on eBay. What I said to Kev, Sarah said it. Kev said the same. I did start off at when I first joined this sort of community. I did say to Kev about this little mentality sort of that I'm about to mention about being a seller that sells to the resellers. But then I slowly started to lose grip of that, and I started to get greedy and want to get the big bucks for every item. But I'm past that shit. I said to Sarah the other day, Kev's on the same wavelength. Sarah is. Once this boot sale's done, and we're going to have a little look through the eBay store and stuff, I'm up for literally, even if it is like an auction once a week, I'm happy to let it go so other resellers can make a good profit. As long if I pay £2 for it, if I sell it for £3, I've made £1. I don't care because it's a hobby for me. Do you know what I mean? It is literally a hobby, and the extra cash is good. I wish I could flip this camera around. Sarah just started dancing, and now me is doing it. Don't you don't want to dance like your mum. Trust me.
That's how we got married.
No, it's not. Move. Keep going. I was peaceful.
Just quickly.
It's been a long day.
How we met.
I know.
Come on, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Show us.
Go on then.
Oh yeah. No wonder you married her.
I have flashbacks every time that we did. It's a funny story. Do you want to hear about how me and Sarah met?
Come on, let's hear.
So basically, there's a place in Stevenage on the leisure park, and it's now a crazy golf place. It used to be a club. Anyone within the Hertfordshire area will know about it, even Bedfordshire, maybe even further. People might have travelled far and wide for Jumping Jacks. It was probably a franchise. It was the cheesiest nightclub you could ever get. Pop disco, even like just cringe songs. I can't even think of any at the time. But anyway, it's one of the places that people said was shit. But everyone ended up there, and people had a good time. But yeah, it was there on the dance floor. I genuinely, at this time, and she knows this, and this is like a little in-house joke with the family and stuff. But she said, when I first met her on the dance floor, I genuinely thought she was an older, more I can't say it, sophisticated, and just a real like. I just had this whole sort of thing in my mind, and then I was so wrong, the complete opposite end. And I found out within about 2 months, and she couldn't believe it. She was like, "How did you ever think I was like that?" Like, it's classic. But I did try to give her a wrong number. Not that she was horrible. I had a real good night. We had an awesome night, a wicked night. But it was a sticky sort of situation. I was on a break, she was on a break. Long-term relationship both ways. Was we on a break? It was a break, but it was like it's still it's just one of them ones, man. But I do remember we danced the night away, and then like it was my mate's birthday. That's how I remember it as well, because it was actually on his birthday, so that's our sort of anniversary, if you like. And yeah, I remember going to the bar after having a little dance, because I'm a mover, man, and I love to just move around. And that's something I've always done. I'm just music. I don't go out no more. But when there's music and there's a dance floor, I'm dancing. I'm dancing. I've always loved that, but I always moved around. But Sarah kept following me. She kept on following me, and she followed me to the bar. She followed me everywhere. And then when we left, before I left, she asked for my number. I give her 1 digit wrong because I didn't want to get into anything. I was a free spirit at this time. I'd just come out of long term, but on a break from a long term relationship. There was still potential chance that could get back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
sticky. So yeah, anyway, wrong digit, boom, loving life, leaving to go home to my town. She told me she's from London. I'm loving life. She's from London. That's far enough away from me, or I'm probably never going to see her again. And then we went to McDonald's, and I remember walking to the train station at Hitchin after going to McDonald's, and then I'm sitting at the station and I'm eating my burger, and then she comes around the corner with her mate, and then she walks up, sits next to me, takes the burger out my hand, starts nicking my burger. And I'm like, here we go. Anyway, chat continues. Train pulls up. Get on the train. She gets on the train. And I'm like, where are you going? And she's like, I'm going to so-and-so. And I'm like, this is Biggleswade, sorry. I'm like, right, you said you lived in London. Why are you going to Biggleswade? And she's like, because I live in Biggleswade. I was like, what? Dun, dun, dun.
That's
Oh,
mad, isn't
no,
it?
mental. She basically got kicked out of London. They didn't want her. That's how they're just going to paint a little picture. London didn't want Sarah. She had to get removed from London. They put her in with her sister because they couldn't handle her in London, and she was in Camden, and they couldn't cope with her in Camden. But yeah, she moved in with her sister and her sister's husband because she's like me actually. She just moved out, wanted her independence, I suppose, from a young age. I moved out at 17 years old.
Mm.
So I was pretty young when I first moved
Yeah,
out.
I was just 18.
Yeah, I might have been pushing just towards 18 to be fair, because I remember to get my license, bang, straight as soon as I got my 17th birthday came, I started doing lessons. Within 10 lessons, I think I passed.
Yeah.
That was fluke. And some old lady, and I definitely rubbed her leg by mistake when I was changing gear. I reckon
Yeah,
that's
yeah, of course.
I reckon that's what's done it. That's what done it, because I should never have
That was
passed.
the fatal move.
But yeah, but we and Sarah, so she ended up living in Biggleswade. Obviously, we did sort of hook up a couple of times, met each other, and then the rest is history. I actually ended the long-term relationship that I was in prior to this one, yeah, because I didn't want to settle down. I was enjoying my raves. I was definitely loving to be under the influence still, and I was every
Loving it.
weekend loving life, getting on it, man. So I ended that relationship, and it did end in a peaceful way. So it is emotional, but I
Yeah.
ended it for those reasons, because my ex wanted to settle down, have kids. I didn't. She'd done all because my ex was a bit older, 3 years older
Now
than me.
look at you. And now look at
Yeah,
you settled down with kids.
mate. Not now. Look at me. So I ended that relationship. Yeah, I met Sarah. A month later, she's pregnant.
16 years later,
Know what I mean?
8
We
years
did
married.
break up. We split up for 2 years. We went our separate ways for 2 years. I think that was needed, just because.
Was that before you had kids, or no? That
No,
must have been after.
that
If you
was
got
after.
pregnant in a month, Jesus.
Yeah, it was after. That was only we only got back together about a year before we moved, maybe 2 years before we moved. Yeah, it was after Sarah's second, or I think it was second or third operation. I remember it because that's how it started. I started going round, and I was round every day anyway, seeing the kids. We had the kids 50% times, so literally split it in
Yeah.
half through the week. So half the week I had them, and then alternated on weekends to two, whoever
Hang on a
wanted to.
minute. Hang on. James is having a beer because he's done his job. So, cheers, James.
Yes, James. I'm out of coffee. Oh, I'm out of coffee. I've got some
Coffee.
water. I
Got
know,
some
man. I
water.
drink too much. I've got to cut down, mate. I've had about 15, 20 cups a day.
Have you?
Literally, and it don't do well. Well, I suppose, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably what keeps me going, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's mad, isn't it?
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Now 16 years later, 2 kids.
we said this. You was on the phone the other day because our anniversary. Oh, drop my phone. Our anniversaries are very close, aren't they?
Yeah, yours is 4
Very
days
close.
after mine.
Mm,
But
yeah.
you've got 3 years on us.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe it had been that long. I was close though. I didn't get it completely wrong. I was very close. You knew yours off by heart, and I had to consider it. But the thing is, dates and stuff. If when you get to know me, you'll realise that certain things do not stay in this mind, memory, whatever you want to call it, because I don't think. It's not that I don't think. I was about to say I don't think it's important. It's not that it's not important, but it's been and gone. Right, the future's the important thing, right? Looking forward. So I just try to look at doing stuff. I'm always planning, not even planning because I'm not organised for shit. But I just don't hold on to knowledge that I don't need, and I'm not even saying that I'm like I got loads of knowledge in there that I do. But I feel like the stuff that I do remember it suits my lifestyle. And
I
that's why I
just
didn't
forget
really do well
everything,
at
mate.
school.
Certain things I can remember some stuff from years ago, but like then it's like my wife was going out in the car and she shouted me out to the drive, asked me to put the can you go back indoors and put the jacket spuds in the oven. Literally, I got into the porch before I'd actually got into the house. By the time I walked through the actual house door, I just went and done something else. Went straight out my head.
Yeah, but
Straight out
that's
my head.
because I reckon you might be a little bit like me, and just you're always thinking about other stuff. So
Oh,
my
my
mind's
brain's
always
always
active.
going mad all the
I
time.
did say to Sarah last night when we was wrapping up, because I didn't just leave her to it, as much as I was reluctant to give her around doing it, because I thought it was just one, it took her too long to do. She shouldn't have taken that amount of time to do one more. And the second thing, it was mad hours, like it was getting knocking on like 11:30. But at the end of it, when we actually finished, we sat down, had a breath of fresh air outside, and I said to Sarah, I was like, we've got to slow down a bit. I was like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and we're still doing shit. And where I set up the paddling pool, it's got one of the big ones. Because we had no water for 2 days, over 2 days, nothing. So we was flushing shit with like water. I was going to work. Had loads of bottled water that I saved up. I was coming home from work to find Mason because the only water we could get was this certain type of bottled water in Sandy because everywhere was sold out, right? And I come home from work and he's washing down his turd with Evian. Evian.
No.
I could have killed him. And then he's like washing his hands with it as
I
well. I'm
think
like,
I went. I
Mason.
think I was up by Sandy recently.
Yeah.
I
Because
remember
you've
the.
been
I,
going,
I remember the signs to it.
yeah, mate, you need to pull in because it'll even be
Like,
in this. I was in Hitchin. When did I
yeah,
say I was
yes,
in Hitchin? Not
yesterday.
yes. Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, that was
don't
nice. I
worry.
like
I
Hitchin.
know. I know when you was there. Don't worry.
Yeah, it was yesterday. See, things like that I wouldn't remember. We had this conversation at work the other day, Rich, because my memory can be like
I
yours. I
feel.
can walk in one room and go to the next and forget what Sarah's asked me to do or asked me to get something. But I do have memory, and this is madness, but I have a memory. I think I might have said it on the live before. I have a memory of being in a cot. So I have got
Yeah, I
sort of like
can't
a
remember.
weird,
I can't remember that far back.
yeah, but and it asked me other things like what I had for dinner 3 days ago, mate. I probably wouldn't be able to tell you. It'd take me a while to think about it. But then it's crazy, isn't it? I could think of
Yeah.
that, but that it could even be.
Am
It
I
might not
going
even be.
mad? You're vegetarian, aren't you?
Nah,
Who's a vegetarian? None of you lot are veggies.
nah.
Who?
I'm trying to. I'm trying to cut down on some meat, man. Someone said to
Yeah.
me the other day. One of my colleagues said to me, "This she's a proper inspirational woman. She's a NLP practitioner, so she does motivational speeches. She's just full of energy."
Yeah.
She did make me laugh the other day. She said about how did she word it? I can't remember exactly how she worded it, but when you think about eating meat and that, it's like your body is a cemetery for the animals, isn't it? It's that you're eating carcasses, dead animal and all that sort of stuff. And when someone says it,
Yeah.
I'm like, hang on a minute, that's not far. That's yeah, I know what you mean. But then saying that, I can fully see that too much meat can be bad, right? But then you look at, and I'm not saying this guy's true, but I said what I'm going to say is for the time that I was watching that podcast, the Impulse, I think it was Impulsive, yeah, Impulsive,
Yeah.
Logan Paul, and he had this guy on. I've never heard of him before. He's meant to be huge on Instagram. He's meant to be blowing up on social media. He's called the Liver King,
Never
and
heard of
he eats raw meat, and it starts off with eating raw liver and all that stuff. They're eating it on the show. And his
it.
philosophy is, or the philosophy that he follows, and the research that he's looked into stems back hundreds of years, thousands maybe. I don't even know. I ain't going to read that stuff because I ain't got time. I ain't even got time to watch YouTube. So why am I going to sit and back up? Fine. Sit. But he sounded convincing. What I'm saying is when you're watching 45 minutes of this pod and you're watching this guy eat and you see how ripped and how big he is, I don't ever want to be like that. But when he looks healthy still, he's saying that if you've got a dodgy liver and you eat fresh liver, raw liver, it's going to feed the nutrients and the chromosomes, whatever it is that liver needs.
Yeah.
It's going to feed right into that, more than what a cooked one will, which sort of makes sense. But then what he's saying is, if you eat a heart, then it'll feed the stuff to your heart, so you end up with a healthy heart. So he's eating just mad raw stuff, and he's giving it all out to him and stuff. But he's got a chef that walks around with him day in, day out. He's got a lot of money. If we just went out and bought raw stuff from supermarkets, we can do that, because the amount of antibiotics, the amount of chemicals that are pumped into that produce is going to probably kill us. If we went out and hunted that stuff, potentially we could do it, but then I ain't going out killing animals, man. I don't like killing bloody snails. If I step on a snail these days, it makes me
I don't like step. I don't like step. When I come down here when it's dark, it's like Jilly's saying she rarely eats meat. Cole's saying, hang on, Chris is in, Cookie and the Haydens. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Chris,
he's someone I bought a mystery box for myself, actually. I wonder, Chris, how did you get on with that? We was just talking mystery boxes, and I hope you sold something out of it, because I think he had two. I'm sure he had
Evening,
two.
James. James Bold Finds is in. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Talking of James, right, when I was out driving yesterday, right, I just pulled up in Derby to HelloFresh to do my delivery. I've got this thing come up on my phone from James, and I'm thinking, oh, he sent me a voice message. No, he sent me an order. He's decided he's going to make me some Audible short stories. So let me tell me if you can hear this. I'm going to play it now.
Good morning. You are going to hear an audiobook performed and directed and thought upon the spot by James Rawlinson. Enjoy this short story, and remember to subscribe and like to Audible. This story is called The Reseller. It was early one Saturday morning. I'd just woken up, and it was about 3 o'clock, and my alarm went off. Oh, is it really Saturday? Have I really got to get up? Oh, is it worth it? Why do I even bother sometimes? You know what? I'm going to hit snooze. Who the heck's this outside my window on all these vehicles? Turns out it wasn't just my alarm. Turns out I'd had a heavy night out on the town on Friday, and I'm now currently on a park bench, sat in the middle of the town centre. Oh, what have I done with myself? Where's my car? Where's my keys? What have I got to do?
Keys. My car.
So at this moment, I realised that most of my bits were in my pockets. I need to head home and go and find my car. And about 4:30, get to my car, get my bits, and I'm driving towards the boot sale. Boot sale opens typically 5:45, 6 o'clock. So I've got a bit of time. Pull over, get myself a bacon butty, scran that down. It's quite busy at McDonald's. I think nothing of it. So I go back in the car and I'm driving. It's a good hour drive. Solidly. Drive up, see the signs.
He ain't going to talk for the whole hour, is he?
1 mile, half a mile, round the corner. Turn up. Turn up to an empty field. Nobody's there. Nobody's there at all. I'd just been out. I'd got on a park bench. I'd no recollection of what was going on, and no one's here. But why? Because it's Friday. It's Friday today. It's Friday. There's no boot sales. What an idiot. You have been listening to one of James's Audible books.
Right.
If you've enjoyed this, please let us know. We can do more. We can bring more. But most of all, we love you.
That's him as well, isn't it?
So that's what I got from him yesterday. Like, it just out of the blue. And because when he sent that, because it was Friday, I said to him, "Oh, you plonker!" Like, because I said, "Fancy getting up on a Friday thinking it was Saturday and going to a car boot and ended up in an empty field. He said, no, it wasn't me. I didn't really. He said, it was a
Well,
story I
you
made
thought,
up.
no, did you miss the beginning or something?
Yeah, because I was stood there waiting to unload my like the pallets. And
Don't lie. I know what you done. He got it
what?
and he thought, he's going to be chatting shit for ages. I'm going to fast forward this 5 minutes.
No. So like the door started going up as I was listening to it. So I started listening to it, and like it's going about. Oh, I woke up and I went getting up for the car boot, and then it was Friday, and I was thinking. I said to him, well, that was a bit daft. He said, no, it wasn't about me. He said, it was a little story, little audible story. He said, I'm going to start making up little audible stories and sending them to you while you're on your long journeys. I just thought it was when someone said about,
You know what you should do?
oh, I was
You know what you
mad.
should do? When you get a collection, say when you get like a season and you've got like season 1, put them all onto cassette. And then find one of those old retro cassette boxes that the storybooks used to come in, the audio books used to come in. And you're
Yeah.
like, just sell it at the boot sale. Don't say what it is. Just see if
Yeah.
anyone buys it. And then
Yeah.
that'll end up going out into the abyss. And then that'll just find itself around
Yeah.
wherever it ends up.
Well, that was James JR Reselling. He because I've been doing some long distance driving. He decided he was going to send me some voice clip messages through WhatsApp. But he was going to make a little audible story up for me so I could listen to it on my long journeys. So he
He's a,
said, "Oh, it's so funny."
he's a
It
good
just
old
out of the
boy.
blue. It just come out of nowhere. I was like, "What's going on here?" That's funny though. Tam saying, "Don't give up the day job, James." Jilly saying, "Nutty's a fruitcake." Well, we know this. That's why we love him. But yeah. So so you're off to the car boot tomorrow. What car boot you off to?
I don't know. We haven't even made. So my sister's going to G&M's. It's the one closest to us.
Hmm.
But then there. Can you hear a delay? Can you hear an echo?
No.
I can. As long as it's not you that can hear it and I can hear it, it doesn't matter because I didn't want it to mess up for everyone else.
No, I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
Yeah, there's one in Huntingdon, I think, or is it Huntingdon Racetrack, which is about 45-minute drive, maybe now, depending on traffic. But that is a massive one. But I don't know. I think it's going to end up being the local one. The only reason I'm hesitant is because last week they originally Sarah and Mia originally had the idea to do a boot sale. So Mia was sorting out a room. She got loads of bits from under her bed. She got loads of bits out, and this is stuff that I know will sell on eBay. But Sarah's like, no, we've got too much stuff in the loft, and I know that we can't really store much more either in the loft or in the shed. So she had loads of stuff, clothes, toys, all this stuff. Put it in the car. And I said, look, I'll get some bits at the shed and we'll do it. And then on the morning of, they didn't want to get up. So I'm like left with a flipping van full of stuff. And I'm like, you taking the piss. Then it did look overcast. So I'll give them that. It did look like it was going to rain. We ended up going down to the boot sale. I spent like £4. I bought a horse, you know, them racetracks. You know, you used to get the old lead ones, the old betting, the horses, what do you call it?
Yeah. What
National type
the
thing.
motorised ones that go round?
I got an electric, battery operated one, which the horses, you charge them up and they sort of rock around the track.
Yeah.
It looks brand new, but it's still quite old. £2. Got this boxing game, which you put the fists on, and you've got two boxers standing opposite each other. And as you swing, it's got like a tube which air will go through as you swing, and then the boxer swings. £2 for that. So it weren't a wasted day, but we didn't end up doing a boot sale. So I ended up taking that stuff to the lockup. And then this week, during the week, I've been up in the loft, back in the shed, getting enough to sort of fill the van. Although I've just been down there, that's what I was doing. That's why I was late. I didn't realise the time, but we just filled up everything that we thought was boot sale worthy.
What's that? What from the container?
Nah, from loft, from shed, and I had some bits in the container that was only put there because I had no room in the loft.
Yeah.
Things like that. So we're giving up the container, man, because it's not worth our time. We was using it part for work stuff, whether that's building materials, because obviously half our family's builders, half the other half are sort of like it's all youth work. So we've always got big equipment, whether that's bouncy castles, like ropes or flipping, I don't know, whatever it is. But me and Kev just took over it, and we have literally
Yeah.
taken over it completely to the point where they couldn't even get anything in if they wanted to. I'm saying it quietly as if they can hear me. if they went down there and said, right, yeah, we've got loads of the mini Olympic stuff, which I had to bring back from Essex the other day.
Yeah.
Found out if that needed to go in there, if we had to move offices or whatever, yeah, we're done. But we
Yeah.
I said, we look at it like a business. We're in
Yeah.
debt right now because we're paying for something that we can't afford. And although we're not fully paying for it or anything like that, it's
Yeah.
money's being spent. And if it was our money, we're in the red right now. So let's get into the mentality that we're doing this from a business, because Kev wants to do it as a business.
Yeah.
I don't want it just yet. I want Sarah to do it as a business, but she don't really want it. And it's like I say, if I can get into a thing where I go to a boot sale, I end up buying loads of decent stuff that I know, like a Bop It. I've sold about flipping 5, maybe 7 Bop Its, or me and Sarah between us. The most we paid is £1. The cheapest we sold one for is a tenner.
Nice.
We bought. I know they're. If I was buying them now and I knew that other people was interested, and they'd pay £5, I'd do free postage and sell it. As long as I was making £1 minimum, and it was regular, I wouldn't give a shit. Like we bought. What was it? Made a mistake, really, man. This was like 2 weeks ago at the boot sale. So Sarah found this, was on one of the last stalls on the first run. There was a woman selling where I got the racetrack and the thingy game from. I'm sure it's the same woman, so it might have been last week. But she bought 6 teeny weeny babies, whatever you call them, beanie bears.
Oh, TY
I know
beanies.
they've had their thing, haven't they? They've hit some of them.
I sold a load of them. Like I sold, I think 5 or 6 to someone for about £8 last time I went out.
Well, this is the thing. So, what do you think to this though? Because Sarah picked 3 for me. This woman was selling for £1 each. She picked 3, and then as we was walking around, we got to the end of the boot sale, and Sarah actually Google lensed one of them, and she was like, "Oh my god, if this was like an earlier one, and the whatever edition, it could be worth up to £400 or whatever like that, or maybe more." And I don't. It's like that with anything, isn't it? But anyway, this sort of got me, my dad, and Sarah sort of like, a bit excited. And we got to the end of the boot, so I said, "Let's go back." I said, "We'll have a look and we'll make her an offer or whatever." So Sarah's bought 3. She went back. She ended up finding another 3. And whilst I was talking to this woman about all the other bits that she was selling, I'm a sociable guy. I found out why she's moving, where she's moving to, and she's telling me. She told me a life story. And it just so happened that she grew up in the same sort of area as Sarah. But in all this madness, Sarah's been Google lensing. It wasn't planned. Sarah's just sitting there. She Google lensed the couple and thought that they'd be worth quite a bit of money. So she, without me knowing now, has just paid another £3 to the husband for another 3. So she's £6 in. And I said to the woman, "So you don't want to take any of this home then, do you?" And she's like, "Nah." I was like, "What do you want for all them teeny weeny bears?" And there was I thought it was about 50, 60. She was like, "Oh, I don't know, make an offer." And I was like, no, you let me know what you want. And then my dad was like, £20 under his breath. And I'm like, fucking hell, man. Sarah said 25, and the woman was like, 25. And I was like, 25. I was like, all right. She was like, yeah, I'm happy with that. I was like, yeah, 25. I said, there's over 50 bears there. And she was like, yeah, no. She goes, I don't want to take them home. She goes, some of them you'll get £5 to £6 for if you do your research and stuff. Yeah. She said, but even if you sell them for £1 each. Bruv, I got them home. There's 120 plus bears, right? So we got them for 25, but then obviously Sarah spent the 6. So, add that on 32, £2, whatever.
31 quid, yeah.
But still, yeah, 30, just still over good. £30. And we've gone through them, and in the night that we bought them, I started looking into them, and obviously you got these Valentino ones, these Prince Diana, worth thousands, but they have to be first edition.
Yeah.
We've got loads of dupes. We've got about 25 duplicates, but the duplicates, one will be made in China, the other one's made in Indonesia. And if they're made in Indonesia, apparently they're worth a little bit more. So I've took all the duplicates out and got the Indonesia ones. But yeah, we're still sitting on loads.
They've got their little certificates with them, the little heart certificates.
All got the little hearts, all in mint condition. There's one with a crease in it. But if anyone wants to buy them at a nice price and just make me a little bit of money on top, I'll send them. They can have them, because I said to Sarah, they've been sitting there. I'm looking at the bag now, man. I haven't moved, right? And I ain't got room in the loft. And I said to Sarah, this is where we just need to let it go. I'm going to put them on eBay tonight. I'm going to literally list them as a job lot. Probably start the bid at 30. What I paid for it, I'll start it at £35, and I'll do whatever shipping will be on that sort of weight. But yeah, 120. Well, there'd probably be about 100 plus, just over 100 by the
Are you
time.
going to do a video at the boot sale tomorrow? Because I've got James Boldfine says, done my first boot sale video today with a GoPro, had to edit out about 7 minutes of crotch shots. I think tomorrow I'll lift the cam up slightly. No one wants that.
Yeah, and I will probably take a couple of clips, but I'm trying not to overload too much, because I'm at a point now where the ones that I was talking to you guys about, say 2-3 months ago, that was in the backlog,
Yeah.
probably never going to do them. When my time comes on this planet and my spirit moves on, right, someone, if they really fucking want to, can bloody edit them, but they'll be doing it. It'd be a lifetime job, because there's that many edits, videos. When I become a millionaire, I will pay for someone or some apprentices, like some people that are learning to it. Yeah, I'll just get them all to do it. So I don't care what they look like. I just want them done, dusted, put them on there, whatever.
Who was it I saw recently? Someone's on about getting an editor. Was it George Ross?
I had one, man. The thing is,
someone was talking about getting an editor.
Speak to me. I can give you some contacts for some awesome editors, and I was paying peanuts, mate. Literally, one of them. I would never give the contacts unless he starts doing my edits again. I would never give this guy's contact out, because he's not doing it no more, because he's university now, I believe. So he's a young lad, and mate, I gave him. I sent. This was about. Probably when like if you look back, probably about a year and a half ago, when the edits were like only 4 minutes long, 5 minutes long, the longest they'd ever were 10 minutes. But there wasn't much context with them. That's the only thing with it. He'd done wicked editing. The first edit they'd done, I put a message out. This is some advice for people that might want to get an editor, and it can be really cheap. So tune in, ladies and gents. I know we're people and all you others in between us. Tune in. This could be really beneficial, because if I know you keep saying you like me to edit and that, but I ain't even got time to edit my own, so you can fucking do one.
I do love your editing.
Put a message on Discord. I downloaded the app solely for this, and I put a message on Discord, and I just said, looking for an editor. I just joined a couple of forums and that, and I said, I'm looking for an editor to edit my YouTube videos. Willing to talk on prices and stuff, but looking anyone interested, get in touch or whatever, something along these lines. I'll send you a folder with some content in, and just do whatever you want to do with it, right? And then I just left the ball in their court, and within about 24 hours, I had about 16-17 people message back. So I was just going through, and I put this folder onto it's a risk, you know what I mean? There's risks attached to this, and I'm a risk. I like taking risks, and I know giving out your content, it's quite dangerous, but I've got the backups. If someone wants to use it and do whatever with it, it was content. It was me putting down there's a video of this actually on my YouTube. It was me putting down the foam slabs underneath the ferret cage, which consisted of me. I think my dad might have been in it for a few minutes. Very sort of basic. There was a lot of content to go through, considering that's all it was. But you know me, like, it's taken me this long just to explain. But yeah, anyway, everyone had exactly the same instructions. They was allowed to ask questions, and I would answer questions, but they all was given the same instructions. And then one by one, these videos were coming back, because obviously the first one, I didn't say I was going to pay for the first one. I said, show me what you got, and then we can talk business, or whatever it was, however it was worded. So yeah, then one by one, these videos were coming back, or they weren't. People was asking for the folder, then they was asking questions, nothing was getting done.
Yeah.
And this first guy's come back, and it was sick. I loved it, man. And I was like, showing my brother, I was like, look at this, man. And he's like, yeah, it's all right. It's good. But they didn't seem that convinced.
Yeah.
A couple more come back, half done, but like weird and just very bad. I'm like, nah, sorry, man. But maybe in the future, you know what I mean? Rah. So I had to say goodbye straight away to a few people. Then this other guy come through. Mate, he only asked for it like 5 hours before he then sent for an edit, right? But not even 5 hours. He sent through this thing, which was like 5 minutes shorter than the other one that I liked. And it was to the point. It had little cut scenes. It had jump screens. I learned. He didn't tell me how he done it, but my inspiration for all that jump stuff, splitting the screen and all that. That's on this last guy. I learned that just from watching his I don't know how he done it. Is he used a different software, but on InShot they make
Yeah.
it so easy to do that sort of stuff. So again, if you want to learn to edit like me, just use InShot. The magic is in InShot.
Yeah.
This guy's come back with this edit, and when I showed my brother and a few other people, they're like, mate, that's the guy. He cuts out the shit. He gets to the point, and he's got humor. He's got comedy, and he added like the boo. He went to boo, and boo's like, oh, made these little sound effects and started crying, like teary screen. It was a madness, but it was very close with the other guy. And what I liked about that one, but I didn't with the other, there was pros and cons to them both, but they were both different in their own ways.
Yeah.
So I couldn't decide. I couldn't decide for weeks and weeks. So I basically kept them both on. When I found out how cheap they were charging me. It worked out about £5 a video.
Really?
Right? £5 a video to begin
Cheap.
with. Because I said to them, "What do you want?" And this was them. They said it, and they said, whatever it was. They said USD. They wanted dollars. They wanted it paid in dollars. They're from the Philippines, right? One was from the Philippines. One was from California. And then there was another one after that, actually, because one of them left fairly early. It's all coming back to me now. But one from Philippines, one from California. And they both said around the same sort of thing. The one from California, he soon jumped after that first one, the first trial one. He gave me a price list of about $10, maybe $15, but depending on the length, he gave like a price list.
Yeah.
Whereas the other guy was happy until I was happy to keep the price at £5 until I wanted to pay more. And then I bumped him up to like £10. But I never paid any more than £20 for a video. So anything like 10 minutes, it was about a £5, maybe a tenner tops, depending on which guy it was. If it was a 20-minute to a 30-minute video, and sometimes a 45-minute video, it'd be no more than 20. I think at the most I paid was 25 quid. One of the 16 people that got back, he was asking all the right questions. He was definitely clued up. He'd probably qualified to be an editor. These other two were training and learning, and they was just leaving college or just left college, and were going into university. So they were students, if you like.
Yeah.
Probably illegal for me to be paying them. But they, this other guy that sort of was messaging back, he come in with a price of £100 per hour video. And I was like, jog on, mate, jog on. I can't afford that. And even as cheap as these two were, it got to a point where I had to say, lads, I can't do anything for about a month because I'm broke. I can't, that extra 20 quid on the bills and everything else, I just couldn't do it. So if you can't, if it's one of them things, like you're not going to ever employ someone fully. Don't ever employ someone unless you know you're banging out content, you've got the money to back it consistently, because you can get is that a place called Fiverr or something? What's
Fiverr. Well, Fiverr, that's who done my logo.
Yeah, that's it. And the thing, I remember you saying.
And the
that's
Saturday Night Live. No, actually, the Saturday Night Live thing was another one that popped up on Facebook. I can't remember what that was called now, but
there's loads of them out there, mate. There's loads.
Yeah.
And I mean, so you could do it if you do it like a challenge and put it out to the masses. You're going to get should get a lot of people interested. But the difference between the two guys that I kept on, right? I didn't tell them anything. They didn't ask me any more questions. Before they sent me the link to theirs done, I said that, because I was making a video out of it, I also said, I want you to take on this challenge. It's a challenge I want you to take on, told them the instructions, but I also want you to get a clip or a little montage of you making the edit, whether it's your screen record of you chopping it all up or whatever. Yep. Only one of the guys done that. But what both guys done is they went over to my channel, so you get some views out of it as well, and they watched the old content I had.
Yeah.
They matched my personality and my humor. It's like they was in my mind, mate. At times, there's one where I think it's called it's got Mason on the front of the thumbnail, and he's getting an egg chucked at him. We're down at the land, mum and Kib's land.
Yeah.
And, man, they both done it. So what I was doing, I was getting 2 edits of each video, and I was just deciding which one, because I had a bit of spare cash at the time. And then it got to the point where I'd be like, this one's suited to him, that one's suited to them. But every time this one guy came back, it was just always a madness. Whereas the other guy got to a point where I was sending back about 100 fixes. There was bits that he was putting, like, I done a weekly vlog, and it was like Monday to Friday, and he was putting like Tuesday before Monday and Wednesday after Friday. And I'm like, mate, are you mental? Like, what are you doing? So I was having to message him back, and then that becomes a ball ache. And it was like, stick with one guy, done that. And then when he started uni, he just said, look, I've got to concentrate on my studies, but keep your details. I was broke when he sort of ended, so it went back down to cheaper, sort of shorter videos. And then when
Yeah.
he did leave, just before Christmas, I sent him £100 dollars. So I don't know what that works out in pound, but $100 because I got a works bonus, so I had
Yeah.
like a bit of money come my way. Sent him £100, and this guy could not have been more grateful. Literally, the messages that were flooding back, he was like, "You didn't have to." Honestly, it was worth
Mm.
every penny. And I think even if you added that 100 to all the times I used him, it still doesn't warrant the amount of time and effort, because some of the folders I would send could be like 4 hours worth. A boot sale, you talk about, am I going to record at the boot sale?
Yeah.
You can go to a boot sale. Some people will have their heads screwed on and know when to record. You, for example, you record snippets at a boot sale. I don't know when to stop, so I'll record
Yeah.
everything. And then
Yeah.
I've got to go through the morning of, the getting ready, the sitting there, setting up, the selling, the buying. And then I've got 4 hours worth of content. So now I'm like, you ask someone to go through that and only charge 25 quid. That's a flipping good deal, man.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that he just skipped through it, you know, like you do with James's audio notes. He probably skipped through halfway.
Yeah, I haven't had another audio book yet. I had a long journey
I
today.
think tomorrow, I think we should link up when it settles at your booty, when it settles at mine or whatever, and whoever else is at a boot sale, if they're selling or if they're buying, we'll have a little link up online. You can do the live, and we'll do it on here, so we can all just share. You can share the link, and we'll just jump on and have a
Yeah,
boot.
shall I set up a link to do a live from the booty tomorrow, and then
Yeah,
I'll send
I'm
you the
hoping.
link, and we'll then, like, obviously I'll talk to you and we'll
Just in text,
discuss a
whatever you
time
want.
of when we're going to do it, and then I'll just
Yeah.
say, right, I'm going to do it now, and then we'll just jump
As
on.
long as because I don't know how long you're there for. Mia said to me, Dad, what
We're usually there 5 hours or more. We usually get there just
where
before
we are
7 o'clock.
located.
We're not gone usually till about after midday, 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I reckon it depends where. If we're anything, if we're in the top 3 lines, we'll have to be there till about that time, because I'm taking the van. I got the van back, and yes, so we'll be in the van.
Got the van back.
No, and but if we're a bit later, because we've got these two going, like I say, they didn't wake up last time. They didn't want to go. Mia got up at 9 o'clock and said, "Should we do a boot sale?" I was like, "Nah." We might be 4th, 5th, and if we're 4th, 5th, we'll probably be out there by 11. But if it's good, I can't judge it, because I only want to get out of there when it's dead. The last couple I've been to just buying down there, it's been mad. But coming back from Essex I think I went up there. I stayed up there. I stayed in Clacton on Tuesday. I was doing Essex Tuesday and Wednesday. I stayed in Clacton over the night. And when we was coming back, me and Kev, we drove past a Mark's Tay boot sale. I know there's some people that might be close to Mark's Tay. I know, what's his name? Sonny.
Oh, yeah.
Green? Is it
Yeah.
Sonny?
Yeah.
He's up there. He's done one there before, but where we was driving past, and basically we'd left Essex University about, I don't know, 9:30, 10:30, mate. No, about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I had an MRI scan about 2 o'clock, and I wanted to be back an hour before, so I could at least have a shower, get ready, all that stuff. And we're driving home, man, and we left good time. And as we're driving down the bypass, I looked to my left. I'm like, Kev, look at that! And he looks over, man. There's just fields of cars and boots. Mark's Tay's on the biggest boot sale, like mental, man. He's like, we've got to do it. I was like, you got cash? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I got a little bit of cash. So we pulled off. And then we're pulling into the boot sale now. Like, all the time, the scout, everything's gone out the window. I'm not even thinking about this. We pulled in. Luckily, there was some congestion getting in. And as we pulled in, we looked at it. And I remember Sonny saying in his video, I was like, I've seen a geezer do a video on this, Kev. I was like, he couldn't even get round it before his battery died. I said, not just that. I said, we're pushing it anyway. We've just done a McDonald's.
Yeah.
I was like, are we going to be back? Am I going to be at North Herts? Am I going to be able to get back home, then back to Hertford in good time to get to this appointment? Because I ain't missing it, man. I'm not missing it. So we'd literally done a U-turn in the field. So we went in, and then we done a U-turn and come back out, man.
Straight back out.
Was like, no, it's a good idea we did, because we would have got carried away, man. We'd have spent loads of money. I'd have missed my appointment. But I definitely want to go to that one. I definitely want to check time.
What's it called?
It's the place is called Mark's Tay, so Marks, I think it's spelled
Yeah.
something like that, and then
Yeah.
Tey,
Yeah.
Mark's Tay. Yeah, it's an outdoor one. It reminded me a little bit of when I see Sonny's video, a lot bigger version to the one I was talking about earlier, the racetrack. What they do there, it's a massive one in Huntingdon. I'm sure it's Huntingdon. Wherever the racetrack is, they do like loads of events and that there, this place. Half of it will be like boot sale stuff, like secondhand loft, old toys and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
But the other half is antique and vintage and sort of retro stuff. So they have the regular, it's a massive booty. It's awesome. It's where we went. You lot hadn't seen it yet because you didn't see none of them videos. But when we got Noah's Hall, that massive collection,
Oh yeah.
which paid for a lot of the stock that I've been buying now. We bought all of our racking with it. We probably paid a couple of months of that lockup off of it towards it. We made a fort. We made it well over £1,000. We've still got stock left from that.
Becky's just saying it's just off the A12 near Colchester.
That's it. Yeah. So we left Colchester Uni. We was there in about 25 minutes, if that. But yeah, it's a big one. You need to. Last time I went to a boot sale up that area was when I went to my nan's, and we went to one. It weren't Mark's Tay, but it was Sarah. Remember what it's called? I think it's something the Early Bird. It's called something. Then the Early Bird.
Yeah.
It was that big, and it was such a hot day that we got halfway through it. If I was on my own, I'd have carried on. Sarah was flagging, Mason was flagging, me was flagging. It was just too big. It was ridiculous. But yeah, I find like Essex area, Essex, Colchester, Clacton, Jaywick, all those areas that are labelled the rough areas.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, look, I wouldn't want to be walking down Jaywick on my own at night, not these days. When I was a kid, it was like the safest place. It's such an illusion, isn't it? It's like you're walking down the beach like 9, 10 o'clock at night with your mates, and this was from a young age because my nan's backyard backs onto the beach. You literally walk out. You'd have seen some of the old.
Oh, didn't you stay at her place and it literally backed onto the beach?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's beautiful. But that road, what they live on, is a very so well looked after. It's not now. I'm older. There's about 6 houses that really look after their house, and they're I'd like to think they're fairly sane and normal.
Yeah.
But if you go a little bit further into the shanty town, into Little Jaywick, which I've got family that live very close to that, and I used to spend a lot of time down there. But as you get older, you do see that there is some, like, I know there's rough places everywhere. There's rough places in London. There's rough places in Stevenage, Luton, Bedford. Even in the town I'm in, there was stabbing going on not that long ago. It's insane. There's rough places everywhere. But when I was a kid, you don't see none of that. But when I remember walking down there or driving down there about 8 years ago. It was me and Sarah, actually. She was longer. It was about 13 years ago because Mason was about 1. And I wouldn't have got out of the car, mate. I literally, there was tyres on fire. Like, you see the movies in Warriors and that. There's a car that's just been burnt out and the tyre's still rolling down the road. And then there's a pile of tyres that someone set fire to.
Gotham City. Batman, Gotham City.
It was insane. It was insane. And like, yes. Mate, it opened my eyes to a different sort of area, and I can see why them programs are made. But when you know people within, mate, there's some lovely people down there. Some guy was saying it's the heart of the world, and I can. You can't please everyone, but I have been going down there every year or every other year since I was born, and I'll still continue to. I've been saying it. My parents and my uncles and my aunts and that have said it. There's not many coastal lines, UK coasts, that haven't got that massive road in front of it. You look at Yarmouth, you look at Southend, you look at other places, Weymouth, they've all got that road in front of it. This hasn't. You can't even Clacton hasn't got that yet. So it's very traditional, very sort of nice seafront. It's quiet where my nan's is. Can you hear that screaming?
Who's that?
That's Mason on the Xbox, mate.
Is it? My son's exactly the same. Like he makes like mental noises, like
yeah.
I'm telling him, shut.
I think they forget. That everyone else can hear him because me come in there and goes, "Have you heard them noises Mason's making?" And I first thought, "Oh my god, what's going on in there?" And then I went up there and he's going. These just weird sounds coming out his mouth. I'm like,
Yeah, but
mate,
he does.
other
My
people
boy
hear
does
you.
all them mad noises, and then I say, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm talking to Kate." No, you're not. You're not talking to no one. No, you're not. What are you talking about?
Are you talking in some sort of new Morse code?
It's like, yeah, just mad noises. It's getting me. No, it's a game, Aiden. Shut up. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I don't want to be listening to it.
Yeah, the thing is,
Crazy.
I've listened to my little brother. He was like it. He still is like it. He's still a gamer. When I lived there, I lived on the boat for a bit when we had our break. I lived on the narrow boat for about 2, maybe 3 months, if that. And then when I moved into my mum's, my mum wouldn't let me stay there. Mum being mum, she thought I was like all out on my own, loner,
Yeah.
all sad and miserable. Mate, I was living my best life on that boat. It was the most peace and tranquil sort of place you could ever be on the riverbed. I'd be a river rat.
Unless it
Always.
floods. Unless it floods.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But I ended up moving in with them for a bit, and I had the spare bedroom. And mate, I'll be laying in bed, and like Jack would be in there. He's like, "I'm coming in like a steam train. I'm coming in like a steam train." And I ran in there, and I'm like, "What the is going on?" And he's like, he's got his headset.
Saying that, like when we were on the, when we was on the Oculus, I was just laughing.
Mate, I was
just
just about to bring that up
hilarious.
because we've only met up on there once. I've not played it since that day.
I haven't either.
No,
I haven't.
well, I said to you the other day, my colleagues have
charge
even
mine
taken
up.
the back seat. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
have to
charge
charge
mine
mine up.
tonight. Charge yours. We'll do it tomorrow, and I'll try my hardest to get it linked up so the audio. We'll have a little play of it first and see if we can get it so that the audio is coming through crisp on your end and my end. Because when I was telling Kevin about it the other day, I need to play it more. I don't like the fact that it is so good.
I love that paintball game.
Yeah,
Paintball
see,
wicked.
that's a sociable game. It's a good game. Good game. I like the fact
I loved it. I kept getting you.
I know. I liked the fact that when we went into that other game, when we was in that cardboard room place, and you
that
got
was
to get on the
weird.
floor.
That was nuts. No, but I do like the Oculus though. It's just mental thing.
He's like, hold on. So Rich, come through the tunnel. Rich, what are you doing? I can't get through, Max. I can't get through. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean you can't get through?
I was literally laying on my belly on the floor, and I couldn't get through a flipping tunnel on a VR headset, like with the controllers. I couldn't get down low enough.
I just pictured when you said that, I was crying. I was literally in tears because I could see you on the floor like a starfish. That's what I imagined you to be laying down, trying to like shimmy through this hole on the floor.
It was nuts. And then I was like laid on my back trying to, and I just couldn't. Give us a couple of your best film star impressions, Rich and Max. I can't do film star impressions.
The All Stars impressions. Oh, what?
I can't. I don't even know.
No, I don't like being put on the spot. I feel like a performing monkey.
Evening to all those I missed while cooking.
Sarah.
Sean's been cooking his dinner.
And do I do any impressions? Have I ever done any impressions that are any good that you think sound like a film star that I can pretend is a film star?
So you've knocked your shack down.
Yeah, Shack's gone.
What have you got now? Because you had a wood burner out there, didn't you?
Yeah, still got the wood burner. That's in the centre of the garden. I don't want to show you just yet because it's basically
done.
Yeah, it is pretty much done. But it is done pretty much, but I want to get the final bits done, and then what I do want to do, because I feel like like I said earlier, when there's so many videos that I'm definitely not going to be putting up just because of time. If I become a bit more wealthy and a bit more spare cash is floating about, I might get someone else to edit and that again. But I want to start getting at least some of the recent clips that I've got, because I've been clipping every single thing from the rip down of the shack, from the rebuild. I've resalvaged everything that I could from the shack. I've still got a lot of wood left. The decking I've had to rip up. I've reused all that. I wouldn't have had to buy any more decking if my dad and Sarah didn't concoct loads of freaking plans when I'm at work. Do you know what I mean? It's like being in a three-way marriage. It's insane. Like he's basically like, he says it's all Sarah, or Sarah will say, yeah, your dad's idea. It's like they all blame each other. But the fact is, when I get back, plans are made. Whatever I say hasn't been going, which has been pissing me off. But what I will say, when you do see it, and I won't say what bits it was, I'll wait till you lot comment and see if you comment on them. But there's a few bits that I did finally put my foot down and say, no, that's happening. Like, I'm paying for it. That's happening. And those little bits, Jack's come round, Jensen's come round, Kev's come round, my mum's come round. They've seen, they go, oh, looks amazing. Looks amazing. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. And that was my idea. And he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. She didn't want to do it. And now I've done it. And it's like,
Yeah, that I'm just thinking now. You got me thinking about that blooming game.
What game?
Was that the one? That one where you crawled through that?
It was like a horror game when it was a scary one.
Was that one? That big black gangly monster thing that come to kill you?
It looked like it was some sort of alien, but this is what I'm saying, Rich. Because to people watching on the screen, it's going to look very animated, very childish, and it still is animated when we're in that world.
Yeah, but when it doesn't matter because you're in it. You're in it.
And although it looked like the building was made out of cardboard and we was in a box, a life-size box, loads of boxes that were made into offices.
That's what it was running around offices. That's what it was. It was like, but it was like you was like in an animated game.
Scary.
But then
when you
hear the noises and you see these big like black gangly monster thing chasing you, like it's gonna get you. I got killed.
It was scary. And my first experience on a game like that, me, Jack, and Kev went on. Like I say, they're on it a lot. They're all them games that me and you enjoy still, like them free ones. They're past that. They buy games. You know what I mean? If I said, "Oh, Jack could still,"
what was that game called? Becky's asking what the game was called. I can't remember now.
The scary one. I don't know, Becky, what it is on. It would be on Rec Room. So basically, on
that's right. It is. It's on Rec Room. Yeah.
On Rec Room, it's like a platform. It's almost like a back in my day,
like a chat room, isn't it? Like you meet in a chat room and you can play different games. You can walk around. You can walk into the disco room.
You normally get. It's normally a place to get. You're just getting annihilated and bullied by little kids, basically. Yeah. So the idea is, if you know what game you're going
the little kids on there are so annoying, though.
They are. The thing is, I do give it to them back at sometimes, but not in a bad way. But at the same time, it's like, mate, you're doing my head in. Can you please leave me alone now? Like, it's been too much. They like shouting something relentlessly over and over again. I think I told you what happened to my colleague, didn't I? My colleague got sexually assaulted in there, mate.
God.
In the Echo game, there's like a I'm going to sneeze. Something's flying around my face, and I'm sure it's went up my left nostril. Beth was in there, my colleague.
Oh, Becky's saying she plays Rec Room. We'll have a look.
Yeah, in Rec Room, Becky. Just type in like scary games, haunted games. It's one of the free ones. Every time I go back on it, because it's always a few months before I go back on, it's like that game's not there, or it is, but there's something in replace of it, and it'll be very similar. You get
because you have to come out the building, don't you? You come out the building, and then what you do is you go up the road, and then you walk towards that van, and then all of a sudden you disappear.
Yeah,
right, and then you end up in the back of the van, innit? I think
that's it. I forgot about that bit.
It's weird.
That's what I mean. And when you think of it not looking like lifelike, they haven't made that to be lifelike, but you still feel immersed in it and you still feel like it's real. Imagine what the games are like. Like we've been playing, I played it for ages, but we was all playing, me and a few of my colleagues was playing, what's it called? Walking Dead. That
something else. What was that? No, it was something else you was playing because you asked me to go on it. Because I said about going on that population one, didn't I? Because I bought that 30 quid it cost me.
Sort of game. Have you got population one?
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
I'll get I'll check the thing in that and wait to see what.
Then you can get 5 of you. You can get 5 of you on it, and it's like you can have your little crew. Then you can go into a proper game.
Yeah.
I've not gone into a proper game because I've had no one to go into it with. So like I just go on the firing range and just start shooting people from like above and that. So.
That's what it's about, I think, VR. It's about meeting up with other people. Like, don't get me wrong, I've had some good games just chatting to other people online. But if I know that there's 3 or 4 people going on and they're all up for going into the same game, even them games on Rec Room become awesome, don't they?
Yeah.
You got 5, 6 people, 3 on each team.
Well, we went on paintballing and I absolutely loved it. It's like such a simple game, but it's just like I just loved it. Because I was just sneaking up on you and getting you, and like it was It was amazing. I was just like, I was like
Splat,
proper
splat, splat,
Terminator.
splat.
I was proper Terminator on it. I was getting everyone. It was wicked.
Yeah, when
Yes,
you get two
yes,
guns,
Mum, I am.
when you
Yeah,
get used to it, and you get used to like the fact that you can run around with a shotgun and a handgun and grenades and all that stuff, like
yeah,
it does become awesome. Like you need a
yeah,
good space for it though.
yeah. I know what you're saying, Tam, about no time for games now. PS5 is collecting dust. I've got an Xbox One X sat there, and I haven't used it. I've had it since it come out new. My boy played it for ages, for a while, and then he got his Xbox S. And like I've just got mine all looked up to the telly and that, but I haven't played it for so long. Yeah, little gits.
Sorry,
Rec
I'm gonna have
Room.
to take a quick toilet break because I'm
Yeah,
busting
no
through.
worries, mate. No worries. That's all right. I'm just going to catch up with the chat.
Yeah, catch up with the chat because we've been very we've neglected the chat. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't neglect the chat. I'm caught
Right,
up on the chat, which is amazing.
right, go for it. Keep catching up because I'm about to piss my pants.
He swears a lot. Rec Room's good as you can play with people on different systems too. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know you could play with PS4 people. Oh, yeah, Rec Room's good though. I like the paintballing one. Me and him just have a crack up on that. It's so funny. Excuse me. PVC door transformation. No, it's not Rich revealing another one of his kinks or Tam cross dressing again, but a Bell video. There you go. Go and sub to Bell. Sharon's saying, nice one. I'll give it a go. I just love the Oculus. I think it's amazing. To say I'd never even. My wife bought it for me because I just thought, oh, I like the sound of the VR. And I've got like a couple of World War. I've got a what's it called? Medal of Honor, which is brilliant because you're actually in the game. I've ended up throwing a grenade before and launching the control. That's the only thing. It's very easy to if you don't put the straps on the thing to lose your controllers. Or I've run into the fireplace before as well. I thought, is he making a noise?
I tried to do a weeing sound, but that is the worst weeing sound I've ever done. And apologies, I do swear a lot, but only when I'm here. See, I've had to curb
No,
it
that's
so
fine.
much
You
the
can swear as much as you like.
last 6, 7, 8
You know
weeks
what?
on
In
program.
my house, I'm the
In your
worst. I
ass?
swear in my house.
In your
I
ass?
swear all the time. All the time. My wife says, "Stop swearing. You swear too much." But like when I come on here, I seem to be able to curb it. I don't know why.
Good. You should do as well. I should
Yeah, I
because
play with
it's
Patch.
old enough.
Oh yeah, Becky, because Becky buys sells plays. Yeah, Patch the gamer is a partner.
Oh, so we could link up, Becky, Patch, and me and you. We could link up and have a little.
Yeah, do the games.
Awesome.
Yeah, do the games.
Oh.
Sorry, Bell, I'm trying hard here, but I think we are getting not. I think we're getting any more subs from the 49 watching. They must all be drunk again. Got my Mega Drive upstairs. That's how often I play games. Porky says.
So, Rich,
Don't
I
have
think we
much.
should. I think we should plan an auction. Who's up for an auction? Not now, but obviously, if we planned like an auction, other people can do it as well. But don't just have to be me and you. But if you say we planned it and we got, I don't know, 5, 10,
What
15
mystery boxes?
No. But if we just get 5, maybe minimum 4, maximum of, I don't know, whatever you want, of people that are interested in selling at the auction, you arrange it because you're the man with the live. And we can do it if it depends on the interest that want to sell. It might be hourly slots for each person, or we could just jump in and say, look, this is up. I don't know how you do it, but you could do it where other people come on to auction their stuff as well. So it's not just me and you sell it.
Yeah,
And
no.
if, for example, like, you know, things might not sell, but you could do it. I don't know how you do. Would you do it through like?
Yeah, I don't know. Have to have a think about the logistics of it, but
yeah, it would be good. So like I say, I'll be willing for things to go cheap, man. If people want stuff, especially if I'm gonna start trying to clear up my loft and I get into the cycle of buying stuff from boot sales for my personal belongings. So the neighbour said today, she was like talking about, I can't remember boot sales. I said about doing a boot sale soon. I was like, genuinely, I was like, look, they're a beautiful place, right? I was like, the reason is, I said, because you can use it to get rid of your stuff. I said, but also you can buy stuff that is definitely worth a lot more money. So you can either resell it, or you can buy stuff that you need for your house, or would like for your house, or want for your house, whatever. And on that same sentence, I said, if you walked around our house, genuinely, I'd say 95% of the things that are within the living room, the new part, the kitchen, like it's all boot sale, it's all charity shop. Do you know what I mean? It's literally madness. It's madness. I love them. I love them.
I'm just having a look to see whether I'm just having a look to see whether I'm. Oh, it looks like I'm subscribed on that one as well. I think I'm subscribed. I think I'm subscribed on all three of mine. Belle, I'm just having a look at Belle's Craft Corner. She needs 9 subs for 150. I'm just trying to have a look.
The only thing is though, like, because unless you're using them accounts, because I've got a couple.
Yeah, I use them.
Yeah, but I mean, like, use them to view, because what will happen is, I'm sure this is fact. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure it is. If, for example, say you've got 3 accounts, you've just subscribed to all to Belle's channel. If you don't watch Belle's videos through those other 2 accounts for say, I don't know, a few years, and Belle gets to the 1,000 mark, just before she's about to get to that, or the 500 mark, whatever it is, she's just about to get to this certain milestone, and then all of a sudden, boom, she loses loads. And that's because what YouTube does is goes through and gets rid of anyone that hasn't really, which is naughty, really. But they do. I think it's true. I think they go through and get rid of anyone that's not been watching or vacant on your channel for a while.
Well, I've got a gaming channel. I've got another channel where I started doing famous graves.
Oh yeah. Did you did, didn't you? I remember. I did see.
Yeah, and then I've got this one. I'm subscribed to Belle on all 3, so I've got no more channels to subscribe to you with, Belle.
I got one more. I'll go and I'll subscribe at the end of this, and one more.
I'm already testing Richie's skills with a careful placing of a stunning T-shirt that may even fit Max. I'm already testing Richie's skills with the careful placing of a stunning T-shirt that may even fit Max. What, this one?
Yeah, look at that. Is that when you told me about the other day?
Get Carter, Michael Caine.
Oh, it is, yeah, I see it. That's the red one. Is it is that a vinyl print, or is that a
vinyl?
Yeah, boy.
It's a vinyl. It's a vintage as well, because it's proper vinyl.
You reckon that'll fit me? I've lost a lot of weight over these last couple of months.
Yeah, I've lost 4 kilos since. You wouldn't notice it, but I've lost 4 kilos since I've been doing this driving, because I did 3 weeks doing multi-drop pallets. So like every 5 10 minutes, like jumping off, pumping pallets off a tail lift, like on hills in Brighton as well, like flipping.
It's good though. It's good, Rich, because the thing is, it's putting yogurts in your fridge, as they say, and it's an active thing. Like, I was only saying to this geezer in the hospital the other day, I was talking to him about my back, because I had this scan, because my back, honestly, I was in a bad way, man. Like literally it got better this week. This week was the first week it got better. And it's definitely self-inflicted, but I just wanted to get it confirmed. But it's basically he was under the impression it's either a ruptured disc or something to do with the disc or whatever. But the reason I kept trying to get it looked at, and I wanted to get it looked into, because I've had bad backs, man. I've done roofing when I first got chucked out of school. I done roofing for 2 years, and then when I done that, I done plastering. So you look at my 10 years space, a decade, I was doing my back no good. Physical job though, and it kept me fit. I was a lot more muscular, and it was, although it was killing me in some ways, it was keeping me active, and it was keeping me physical. I thought it might be now, because this bad back I've been experiencing, it was dull ache, like I've also been kicked in the sort of lower part, should we say. It was just a dull ache, and it was always there. But then it got to the point where I couldn't even breathe in. Like, if I went, hay fever started kicking in, and I sort of went to go and take a sniff or whatever, I'd be like on the floor, and I'd literally fall to the floor.
But maybe that's a trapped nerve or something.
That's another thing that I thought, because but
trapped nerve,
I had nothing in the back of the leg.
When I had my COVID jab, and I said to him instantly, within an hour or half an hour of having the jab, I started getting pains all in my forearm, all down my hand. Within days, it was all down my left side, down my left leg, and everything, like a whole of my left side. and they're trying to tell me it's like a trapped nerve. It's nothing to do with a
No.
jab. I went, I've just had a jab. It's been since a jab. But
Yeah, man. You're
no.
lucky that's all that happened, mate.
Yes,
It's not-
yeah, because Chris is saying that Paul did a Paul Shane video this morning. There's a guy, he only started his YouTube channel, I want to say, within the last 6 months. He's at nearly, I think he's at nearly 40,000 subs.
What?
He's
My
smashing
brain,
it.
what's he
He's not.
doing?
His channel's called Unusual Things. Hang on, let's have a look. And I'll tell you what, he's really good, but he is absolutely killing it. He's from Portsmouth actually, so he's near me. But he's yeah, he hasn't had his channel going that long.
That's mad.
He's got 37.2 thousand subs, 79 videos. Let's have a look, see when he
What's
does.
his content? Did you say?
Yeah,
Was I-
yeah, it's famous graves.
It's famous graves.
Literally just famous graves, and
Hey,
like
it's-
and like some of them are like hang on, I'll tell you in a sec. I'm just looking. He started his channel 6 months ago. His first one was Sir Alec Guinness. He's done Benny Hill. He's done Frederick Fleet, who was on the Titanic. Boris Karloff, George Michael. He's also done Crime Files. So you know, like the saying, Fanny Adams.
Yeah.
Sweet Fanny Adams and things like that. People say, "Oh, sweet FA, sweet Fanny Adams."
I personally haven't heard that one. I've heard.
Have you never heard anyone say, "Oh, sweet FA," like, or they say, "Sweet Fanny Adams," like
If I heard someone say
sweet,
FA,
sweet
I
F,
think they're
sweet
talking about
FO.
the FA Cup, but I haven't.
No,
No.
well, sweet Fanny Adams. A guy killed a young girl called Fanny Adams. Her name was Fanny Adams. He killed the young girl, and he supposedly ate her or ate parts of her, and that's where the saying "sweet FA, sweet Fanny Adams" comes from. Like Paul done it in one of his Crimes Files video. Really interesting. He's done Buster Merrifield from Thing Diana Dawes. He does lives. He's done June Whitfield. Same. I done June Whitfield's grave as well. Jade Goody's. He's got 208,000 views on Jade Goody's grave video 3
Mad.
months ago. 114,000 on Debbie Linden's from Are You Being Served? It's
Oh,
like 155,000 on Eric Clapton's son's grave. It's like he's killing it with the views and the subs. So he's on 37.2, sorry, thousand in 6 months.
yeah, man. There's people out there that want to see shit like that, don't there? And the thing is,
I find it interesting. I went and done June Whitfield's because, like, I'm a Carry On fan. So, like, I went and done June Whitfield's. Then I found out there was someone famous in the Little Hampton, near me. And there was a massive thing about it. These were really well-to-do, well-known people. So I did one on them, and then I did one on what's his name? His son was in some of the Carry On films as well. Another famous actor. Like his house is just down by the beach near me. It's got a blue plaque on the wall and stuff like that. I don't remember the name of it now, but it's literally in a church that's about 5 minutes from my house, and 2 minutes from the school where my son went. Yeah, I just find it really interesting that, you know,
I
these
mean, it's a
people.
hobby for people. The thing is, that's why there's a following for it, mate. Because if you can find a bit of interest in it, right, there's a million other people plus that will as well.
Yeah.
It's just one of them things, isn't it? It's like that guy obviously does it, likes doing it.
He's
You
traveling
stick
up
to
and down
it,
the country doing
that's
it.
what I'm saying, man. It's one of them things you've got to be really committed to keep that up. And fair play to him, good luck to him. Like that is safe, like that's wicked.
Yeah.
But that's his job now. That's his content. Like,
But the thing is, when you're getting hundreds of thousands of views on your videos, like you can treat it as a job. You know, you can drive
that's
up
what
and
I'm
down the
saying. Yeah,
country. Yeah,
but then
'cause he does. He
when
drives everywhere.
I'd have to, depending on what it was, I would never have done it, I suppose, if I didn't like that line of things. So I suppose, yeah, you would. You definitely treat it like a job. You make that decision whether or not you're just going to go ham, go full term.
If you're getting 100, if you're getting £5 1,000 views or £10 1,000 views, and you're getting 155,000 views, that's a
Yeah.
nice bit of dosh off one video. You
Yeah,
know
I
what
don't
I
even
mean?
know what it works out. It'll be different for each, what sort of retention a video holds now. But that guy that I know of in the local area, I know that he's dropped recently because I see him not that long ago, and he said he'd lost like 50,000 subs within like 3 months or something. He went from 180 and dropped. I'm sure it was around 50. He said, I'm sure, and I'm
Wow.
like, how can that happen? And again,
That's a
conspiracy,
whole
whatever.
channel.
That's mental, isn't it? But
Mm,
his most successful video is on about 35 million views, right? And that's like a rare one because all the others are like 100,000, maybe 10,000, 15,000.
mm,
Some of them are not even 1,000. His most
yeah.
recent.
Yeah, Cornish Devon Dumpling saying I subscribe to unusual things after your video that recommended it, Rich. Very
Yeah,
good. He is, yeah. In every video, he's looking around for the grapevine. He's telling you details about them and the history of the person and that. And he
yeah.
goes, "I think I found it." That's his saying now.
I think I
So he's got
found
his own saying. I say he's got God knows how many subs. He's getting the thousands of views. So
it.
like,
I'd be
and
interested to find
I
out
think he works
what
full
it is.
time for the NHS as well.
Fair play, fair play.
So he's
So he's got
proper.
he knows when they're gonna die, then, doesn't he? Or when they've died, especially for any new celebrity, any sort of
Yeah,
celebrity in life. He's like, hang on a minute, she's
yeah,
dead. Quick,
yeah,
grab
yeah.
the
Quick,
GoPro
get down there.
to the
Just one more thing
morgue.
to do to finish your gift for send it down to you, Rich. We'll send the money. No worries. Thank you very much.
Yeah, with Matey's views, mate. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't earn a great deal, so I think the only way to
mm,
ever really make a full term living out of YouTube would be to sell the merch, to do sponsors, get paid sponsors. Like the views, I think is for even with hundreds of thousands. He was barely bringing in £500 a month, which again, it's bills that pays
yeah, yeah,
rent, that pays his rent. It
yeah,
puts his kids' dinners on the table. Do you know what I mean? That is his livelihood. But I know
yeah,
that he wouldn't be able to go above and beyond with the money that he earns. And he's 180,000 subs, or did have
yeah. Stanley
million
Holloway. That's him. Yeah, that's who I did. He's literally 2 minutes from me. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of times I've driven past his grave. Stanley
He ain't
Holloway.
rich. He ain't. He ain't.
What?
He's standing behind you, mate. He's followed you home.
No.
Yes.
Oh, do you know what I would? Oh, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. I've always said that I would like to see a ghost. I would love to see one. I don't believe in them, even though I've seen some freaky things or heard some freaky things. But like, yeah, I'd love to see
I
one, but I don't actually believe. I don't think.
did I tell you about the time that I legged it from my work because I see
No,
a ghost? See, I don't
no.
believe. I don't fully. I believe in all the stories that I got told as a kid, and still to this day,
Hi,
because there's
Rebecca.
stories that my aunties and uncles would still continue, and whether if they're lying, they've kept up a bloody good lie. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
genuinely believe them. But I was leaving work, so this was last year, and I went in on I think it's like I don't know, it was an evening night. It was night time, and the recruitment lads, so my younger brother Leon and Chris, they normally work from about 12 o'clock till 8 p.m.
yeah,
And I thought they'd be in, but they wasn't in. I went in, got some bits out the pod room or whatever room it was, and as I'm leaving, it's like an old mansion. It's a listed building, it's a mansion house, but we're on these offices on the side of the mansion, so it's a grand building. We have to go through the main door, big massive wooden door, got the code and that. You go through another set of doors. You then go up this little corridor, up some steps. But anyway, up the steps is the office. I was coming down the steps. And as you come to the bottom of the steps, to the right, you've got the big kitchen for the mansion house. This is where the catering happens. When they do weddings and they do other stuff, that's
yeah,
where the happens in the kitchen. It's a familiar room. It's always dark at night. You know, don't look that way. It's scary. And the left is a corridor where all the pink room, the conference room, and all
yeah,
these other big rooms that they hire out for like probably £100 an hour or whatever it is, maybe more. We're not allowed in that area really. But through those doors is where they do ghost tours. The place is meant to be haunted. The mansion house, there's meant to be this maid. The presence is there. The
still
people
got
in
it, Sean.
the trust, they told us that they always have scissors and rope go missing from their offices or string.
Yeah,
So there's been a lot of tales on that. Anyway, I'm leaving. I'm a bit booked out. and I'm like switching lights off as I'm leaving because I'm the last one in this building, or at least in this part of the building, so I have to shut off the lights and stuff. So now I'm going down the stairs with my torch, and you not, man, I got to the bottom and I didn't even look down that corridor, but in the corner of my eye there was a woman with a maid's hat. I could see it clear as day, and she was looking through the flipping door, man. I have legged it. I had to press a big metal button for the double doors, the electric double doors to open. I smashed that. They've opened. I've opened up the big wooden door, took the latch off, shut the latch door to make sure it's locked, and I legged it to my car, man. And I didn't look back, right? I go in the next morning to tell this news, like, because I'm still thinking about it. I went to bed thinking about it. I was spooked out. Somebody decided to put the cardboard cutout of the ghost maid behind the double doors.
No, so it wasn't saying. So it was
Wasn't
just
nothing.
cut out.
I walked in, the next morning, I walked into work with it in mind. And obviously it's daylight. It's like 9
Never heard
o'clock,
that one.
8, 9 o'clock. I walked down the corridor and I'm like, just before I get to the turning where I would have seen it, there's an electrician working down, or a plumber, I think, on the radiator or something. And he's working down, but the door's half open. And the maid, it's called the Shuttleworth maid or whatever it's called. It's
Yeah.
the thing, you can Google it, but they've got a cardboard cutout of her. And then someone had placed it behind the glass square on the doorman perfectly. But we're always playing tricks on each other because it is known to be haunted. Like people are always hanging things up in the office, or putting a balloon up in a t-shirt and like hanging it from the ceiling. Or whatever. But have I seen anything ever legitimate? No. But me and my colleague for the last, I think this was about 2 days ago, I spoke to Michelle about this. We both said that, I think I brought it up first, and she was like, no way, I've said the same to like your uncle. I've been seeing things in the corner of my eyes. You know, when you walk into a room and you feel like,
but then you turn around and actually look at it and it's gone. You
There's
always
nothing
see things in corner of your eyes. But then
Yeah.
I told, I think it was on the live, I said about like one day when I ran upstairs in my house and no one else was in. I've looked to into my bedroom as I've run round to the bathroom, I think, and like I sort of run past almost before I clocked it, and I looked back and there was nothing there. But honestly, it looked like there was like an old World War II soldier, white shirt, like looked like braces, I think, and like khaki trousers, and they were sort of looking out of our front bedroom window, mine and the wife's bedroom window, and it just looked like stood with his hands in his pockets, like looking straight out the window, and I walked past it. There was nothing there. And then I sort of tried to see if I could make it out to be the shape of the door, where the door is and where the wardrobe doors were, and the bit that goes over the top of the bed, and trying to make something of nothing.
Nothing,
I said to Nat, I said, I don't believe in all that. She pulled out this photo, and it was literally her uncle, not her uncle, her granddad. Her granddad stood there leaning against his tree, right, with his hands in his pockets, white shirt, khaki trousers. He was a pilot. He was a pilot that shouldn't have been flying in this B-52, I think it was, bomber, and they crashed. They got shot down and crashed and all died. But then I talked myself out of things. I don't believe
Got
it.
to be
But
open to it to see it, mate.
saying that, because my wife says, oh, I see things all the time. Like I was at work today and I saw this young kid like running around, and there's no kids in there. It's an old people's home, so like there was no, and she's seen things in the house. But there's, I think
eating that fungi.
Yeah, I think she's been eating the old mushrooms. But there's this thing, right? There's a ghost hunt. There's a place near me called Castle Goring. It's owned by Lady Colin. What's her name? Lady C, they call her. She was on I'm a Celebrity in the Jungle with Brian Harvey. Lady Colin Campbell. She owns Goring Castle. Well, that's where they're doing this ghost hunt. It's about 40 quid a ticket. I might go. I think it starts at 8:30 and finishes at 2 a.m. But like it's 40 quid.
Type of things though, even if they're not spirits there's no ghost there on that night, you're still guaranteed to have a good time because you're going to scare each other.
But this is like we're a proper bunch of ghost hunters, and I'm thinking it's something. It'd make a wicked video as well.
Yeah,
Sarah went out. Stuff.
I'll tell you, Sarah went out. The woman can probably hear me. Anna. she's not in the garden. But one of our neighbours.
Everyone's talking about now about, like, obviously, because I said about unusual things and the views and the subs he's got, about, like, you know, how it's hard to get views and that. I've got 1,459 subs, I think. My views have gone right down on my videos. The lives sort of do all right over like the matter of a week or whatever, but my views on my videos have gone right down.
Yeah, but you said earlier, Rich, you noticed a few people ain't been as local, as live, and as usual.
Yeah.
Look at me, for example. I'm one example out of 1,000,000 and plus. Like, there's a lot of people, 1,000 plus in your example. So say, like, me out of them 1,500, whatever subs it is that you got, I've just had too many other things going on. That's someone else. I was relentlessly watching all your videos, man, and it's just something that I haven't been able to do. I try to catch up, but it's summer. There's things going on. You know, prices. People grinding, man. They're working. Views will. I think views will always be up and down. I think you with your lives. I think that's the thing that will. No matter how your videos do, your lives are going to be what bangs. And the thing is, it's banged already. The fact that you get this many people in the chat.
The thing was, though, I used to get over 100 people in. Like, we've had sort of up to 55, 60 tonight, which
Shut
I'm
up,
happy,
James. That ain't because you've left either, you bellend.
but I'm happy. But I'm happy if I get like 10 people in. Do you know what I mean? It's not about that for me.
No.
But I've
Like you
noticed
said,
that
man,
I used to get like over 100 some nights, and it has dropped. But I haven't been getting as much content as I used to out. But I'm not working next week, so I'm hoping to get
it
a
could be
few
that
new
as well. You know,
videos.
sort of everyone knows it as well. I think it's about consistency in it, and the thing is, you
Yeah.
are consistent. This is definitely consistent.
Yeah.
And even though you got the pod one, that's still a consistent upload.
Yeah.
Anything else, I think, is a bonus. But yeah, that could be a reason why some people have dipped out, because you're not on their timelines as much as you was. Do you know what I mean? Used to be almost every day. I don't know what you're doing now.
Yeah. I mean, it's well, mostly the past month really. I've just been doing so much driving. I haven't had a chance. I get home in the evening and I'm just so knackered.
I would
That's
say,
why I've sort of
I'd
done the
say
odd
what you
live
could
to
do,
catch up.
you should get like you should get, I think the GoPro 8 does it. I've got a GoPro 7 which doesn't do it, which I found out when I was in Greece.
I've got a GoPro 5 Black, which I've had for years.
Yeah, that definitely wouldn't do it. But anything older and newer than a GoPro 8, you can stream live. So I didn't know that. So I want to try and sell my 7 to get an 8 at some point. But you could have in your driving ones. I wouldn't recommend it, because the last thing I want to see is for you to be driving along doing the live and then all of a sudden crash into the back of a meat wagon or something. Do you know what I mean? That'd be horrendous. But there would be content from diary of a lorry driver, or you know what I mean, whatever it was. People would be interested in that as well.
Yeah. There's a bloke that what's he called? Big Chris, that's his channel. He's a lorry driver. He does it about his lorry driving and about other stuff where he's building his decking at home, doing his garden and that. But his channel's called Big Chris. I used to watch him a lot. I haven't watched him for a while, but he's a lorry driver and he does lots of videos around his thing. But I want to get back in, because obviously I want to get back into, when I do the car boots, obviously with my daughter, I do like get a little video out and stuff like that. But I don't really get a lot of charity shop stuff now because I just haven't been doing it. So, but you know,
they're too expensive,
the
mate. The charity shop, the charity shops at the bottom of the road.
Charity shops are double dear now.
I drive past them because the thing is, I even today I was like walking through town. I thought, oh, I could go in the charity shop. One, I haven't got the spare cash. Two, like I keep saying, my loft, my shed. I said to you yesterday, didn't I, when I spoke to you on the phone? And I said today on this live, like, some of the stuff I found in that shed and the amount in there, I can actually get in there now. I've got all the bikes standing upright, so there's enough meter squared where I can stand in and dance. Not that I ever need to, but I can. I don't need to be getting anything else. If the stuff that I've got I can't make money off, I shouldn't be in reselling. How about that? That's
and I'm the same. I've looked through and seen the stuff that I've got, and I'm thinking, I've got a ton of stuff in there. You know, there's money sat about. It's but going back to this thing with the YouTube thing, you know, my advice, and obviously I always said that I wasn't bothered about getting to 1,000 subs because I know I'm not going to make loads of money, and I don't make loads of money. You know, most months I've struggled to hit the 60 quid to get paid per month. Usually it takes 2 or 3 months to actually get enough to get paid out. if you're going to do YouTube, you've got to do it because you love it. You've got to do it because you enjoy it, and anything else has just got to be a bonus. You know,
Exactly.
getting all the subs has got to be a bonus. Getting the views has got to be a bonus. I say I don't get loads of views, but you know, I'm happy with the content I'm putting out, and the people that are watching it are happy with it. So you just got to bear that in mind, that, you know, it's like Chris is obviously on, I think Cooking Hayden's Chris Hayden, he's on 9,000 odd subs now, you know, and he's just started doing memberships. When you're at that stage, you can do those sort of things, and it sort of makes it a bit easier for you. And like, once you start getting like 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 views every video, you know, then you're sort of in a good place until you're, I think until you're at least 4,000 or 5,000 subs, you just got to not worry about it. Don't worry about views. Don't worry about subs. Just let it grow. Just let it grow naturally. You know, I've had my channel going now for over well, I set it up in 2016, actually, 26th of June. I looked the other day, 2016. But I didn't really start using it till later on, and I really started using it properly when I was made furloughed in April 2020. And I had 29 subs in April 2020. I had 29 subs, and like, I was happy plodding along. To be honest with you, probably some of my best videos, like all the first ones, they're the worst videos, quality wise, and like you could see, like I was proper nervous on camera, but like you could tell I was enjoying what I was doing, and I was loving it, and I was doing. But obviously, then everything else over the last year or two has just like set me back. But I still enjoy it. I won't make a video. I won't put a video up unless I think it's good enough.
Oh, one sec. That's right. You carry on.
That's all right.
That's right. I'm interested.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I won't put a video up unless I'm happy with it, and I think you lot are going to enjoy it. Because, and like I say, it doesn't matter if 10 people watch it. As long as you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. And you just got to not worry about money, and not worry about subs, and not worry about views, because it'll do it itself. Because I'm not purely just a reseller, I think that's why my channel's taking longer to grow. Like all the other guys that sort of started around the same time as me, they're all on 4,000 or 5,000 subs now. You know, or you've got this special ones like John Brum Reseller. He's absolutely blown up and gone mad. You know, you just got once you get up there.
Well, you said don't worry about money, don't worry about views and that. But what I will say worry about is if you are doing YouTube, but you're putting other stuff off because of YouTube, and that's stopping you from making money, then you need to worry, because you need to get your bloody priorities right. All right. So there's something you might need to worry about.
Yeah. It's like when obviously Amanda organised a reseller, she was so worried about she said she wanted to start one for ages. And I said to her, look, I'll help you. I'll help you. Just record something.
Is she? Huh? Is Amanda still?
She's still, and she does lives and that now.
I got another message from her Instagram account today saying, "Hey, you have going about Bitcoin."
I think that might. I don't know. Actually, I thought her old account got hacked, unless her new account got hacked.
Nah, this is probably the old one. I just ain't blocked it. So she's got
over 2,000 followers on it.
I don't know. I didn't look at that.
Yeah, she started. Yeah, but I thought they deleted that one. So unless she's been hacked again.
I hope not, because that's gutting if so, because I know Sarah's not been back on it since it happened to her. Yeah. It's gutting. It's a lot of graft gone into that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So don't, do you, as long as you enjoy doing YouTube, that's all that matters. You just got to enjoy it. As long as the
it'll always be there, like
and as long as the people that are watching you enjoys it, that's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter about the people that ain't watching you or ain't subbed yet. Doesn't matter about those people, because they just haven't found you yet. Your channel will grow.
If it's going to grow, it'll grow. And if it isn't, and if it hasn't, I've always said, like, everything happens for a reason. So just enjoy the process, innit? Because at the same time, you might end up stressing about that sort of stuff, right? For the whole. I'm not going to say I haven't looked into views and worried about.
I think everybody looks,
but it's about when it becomes an addiction. Like we need to understand that actually, the more we worry and stress about something that may never happen.
Good evening.
example. Do you know what I mean? It's you spend your whole life worrying about it. Boom, it might not happen till you're 100. Whereas like with the views that you're worrying so much about getting these views and keeping them and keeping this and doing that, you lose focus with what it is that you've started doing this in the first place.
Or just look
I
at it like you're doing a family diary, video diary that you're sharing with your mates. It's something you want to be there forever, and you want to look back on it. You want your family to be able to watch it and all that. Look at it like that. At the end of the day, don't be worrying about subs. I promote channels because I what I do, and it's what I like to do. I like to help you guys, and I like to help people in other ways, or any way I can help people. That's what I'm about. But don't worry about subs and views and stuff. It'll happen when it happens. Like I say, I wasn't bothered about getting to 1,000, and then James went on a mad one and got me to 1,000. But like I knew I wasn't going to make loads of money from it.
not yet, you won't, mate. Not yet. You change that
No.
language, man. Not yet.
But I'm not even fussed, because as long as the people that are subbed and are watching, and like the guys in the lives and watching the videos, as long as they're enjoying it, that's all that matters. It doesn't really matter, because I say if people aren't subbed to
It does if say for example you're putting in just as many hours to this as you are driving for that money, right? It does make a difference, because then it becomes not a business because it's a hobby, it's a place, but you do need something for that time, even though you'd love to give everything for free. Like I say, it could get to a point, Rich, where you could literally and will one day, maybe you will, I change that, go that big that it becomes something that adds pressure now. It creates a lot more thinking, because actually you've started something that's blown up so big. So sometimes it's about thinking, do you really want it as well? Because I've asked myself that
yeah.
question.
I
That's the
would if listen, if I love the social media, I love the interaction with the subscribers and friends now. My YouTube family, the community in reselling, or whether it's just YouTube community or whatever it is. I love this. I love this. And like I say, I've gone into the back room with James before when we're just about to go live, and I am so far depressed. It's unbelievable. You just, when I was going through all the stuff when my brother passed and that, I really struggled. And but as soon as I came on, I said to James, I said, I don't know how long we'll be live tonight, because I'm just really in a bad place. But as soon as I hit live and I start talking, it's not fake. It's not a front I'm putting on. I'm literally, it's like I've clicked live, and it's clicked something in my brain, and I'm like I'm just so happy, and I'm chatting to everyone, and it's like a bit of a therapy session for me. I love it.
thought you was going to say
Absolutely
something
love
else
it.
then. I thought you was going to say it's like a bit of a family for me, but you said therapy instead of family, and that was going to tie up my conclusion or my little thingy, my example here, because you do love it, and I'm not saying you personally don't want it. What
Yeah.
to the viewers, do they want it? And I'm going to put this question to you, because you've just told me and us, you've told everyone in the chat, the reasons or part of the reasons why you like doing this so much. And you've told us in the past that you like to be there for people. And this is a place also for you to get your little 5 a day for your mental health and shit. You know what I mean? So it's good for you as it is for others. But
Yeah,
you love the community.
because
Hold
if
on,
I'm
one
making
second.
the thing is,
You
if I'm
love,
making other people happy, I'm happy.
yeah,
It makes me happy.
but you also like the community that you've formed, that you've got. Right?
Yeah,
This is what I'm
100%.
saying to you, though, Rich. So you've just pretend, right? We've 5 months to a year down the line. Something's happened. I don't know what it is. Rich might have shit the bed, but he's got over 1 million subs. Rich is now night's
Yeah,
life.
right.
Listen,
Be nice.
hear me out. He's got 1 million subs. It's happened overnight. It's like he's taken over Tango Baldy, popping balloons. He's now doing this, and the thing that's bringing in the viewers and bringing in the coinage is the Saturday Night Live. But what you've got is the same platform, the same process, an even bigger community, even more people with problems, even more people wanting to tune in. But you've not got the familiar faces that you can interact with as much, because you've diluted it, because there's so many people in there now. And now you're getting questions every day. You're like an agony aunt, and now you've got 1 million people asking you questions. Now you got to think, would you want that? That was where I was going with it. Not saying you
Yeah,
personally, but for
yeah, no,
anybody.
yeah, I know what you're saying, but like, and where you're saying about like having, if it blew up, having time to do this and do the driving. Believe me, if I could do social media and videos, because I like I like editing videos together. I like doing the content. I like recording. I like making the videos for people. I like doing the lives. Believe me, if I had the time to put my heart and soul into this, it would be, well, I'd put 100%, 110% into it, which I do anyway. But like, it'd be like a full-time thing.
Oh
So
yeah,
like, it
I know
would
exactly
just
what
be,
you're saying.
it would kick
But
off.
there
If it
might be
kicked
some
off,
people. There
it
might be
would
some
kick
people
off.
watching that'll be going like, "I've been trying to get to this and trying to get to that." And if you just got to ask yourself, what's the reason for it? And if it is just to make a little bit of money, so if it is for a full-time business plan that you think that's going to be my business, my future, there's going to be different reasons why people do it. But I used to obviously thrive. I would love to get to 1,000. I will get there. I definitely will.
Yeah,
And beyond.
definitely.
But the hope for it and the the drive for it is gone. That went years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, you get a little dopamine hit every time you get a new sub. You get another dopamine hit when you get a like. You get a dopamine hit when you give it 100
Oh,
views.
well done.
I love that. I do love it, but I will never fall into that trap. Well, say never, because I know if I say, for example, woke up tomorrow and there's 1K subs, I'm going to be back on there checking every day, going, "What the hell is going on?" It's
Yeah.
very addictive, but I do know deep down that, like you say, and like I definitely do believe in what you say, and I believe that I'm very similar in that sense as well. It is a place I love the process. I love editing. That is one of my 5 a days when I'm doing it for my personal stuff. When I do it for work, it's work. Do you know what I mean? I edit for work. That's work.
Yeah.
But it's time. Time is just, it's a balance thing. Money, time, hobbies, time, YouTube. There's no money in it for me, or there's no reselling. There's been no money in reselling for me. It's more for
Yeah.
it's for the decor and that. But
Mm.
that's what people need to weigh up, because the thing is, I don't know how true it is, but I mean, a lot of people do confirm it. I think it's like anything. If you do really, really want something, you'll get it in the end anyway.
Yeah.
But sometimes wanting it too much can be your worst enemy at the time. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just enjoy that
That's the
process.
thing. You can't dwell on it. You can't. There's no point in worrying about it. Do YouTube because you love it. Like I say, you know, Amanda was worried about it. I told her I'd help her with a channel. I'd help her get started. Said to her, just record something, watch it back. If you think it's okay, upload it. If you don't think it's okay, don't upload it. You know, it's down to you. I was sat next to her. She said, "Can you help me edit it and do whatever?" I was sat next to her in Costa when she uploaded her first video.
Nice.
Do you know what I mean? Just to give her a little confidence and to say, yeah, I watched it through. I said, yeah, I'd watch that. Upload it. You know, if you feel confident to do it, upload it.
Yeah.
Like I say, you know, if YouTube's going to make enough money for you, it will make the money. You'll get the subs and you'll get the views. But it's not something you should worry about. Just let it grow. Like I say, you know, I'm not just a reseller on my channel. So like, I do a bit of this and a bit of that, and I do the lives and I do whatever. But there's, you know, I do some reselling content, but it's not like all these guys that have grown a lot quicker than me that started at the same time. They've got channels 3-4 times the size of mine, but it's because it's pure reselling, you know. And but I'm happy with my channel. I'm happy with it. So
the same, man. That's it. That's all you got to do. You got to look after yourself. Do what you got to do, and everyone should do that, shouldn't they? And then everyone's sort of sweet. But we all fall into traps. We all get influenced. And what's it? Not influenced.
Evening, Nick.
What's the words? I don't know. It's gone. It's gone. But we fall down them rabbit holes, don't we? We fall down. We get trapped sometimes. We go so tunnel vision on certain things. That's why it's another reason to take a backseat, because again, like I said, all the amount of work. Obviously, my job was. I started. Still don't even know really. We're moving into a new year, and I was contemplating in Greece, like leaving the job that I love and I talk so passionately about. But the stresses of life and struggles and stuff creep up. You know what I mean?
Do you see what my daughter said? Look, Dad, you don't need to be paid to talk. Pissed myself laughing.
That's what I say to some of the
That's
people.
the good thing. This is blinding for me because I could talk for England.
Yeah,
And I can talk about
mate,
anything
I
and
got chucked
everything.
at school for talking, mate. Oh, well, a bit more than talking,
I was always in trouble at
I
school.
now get paid to talk pretty much.
Yeah,
When you look at like the
exactly.
bulk of my job, it's like I'm pretty much getting paid to be here to talk to you. So
Yeah.
that's what I get paid for. A lot of it is waffle, and I do go off on
Oh,
tangents.
yeah.
That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Oculus. Anyone else on
Enjoy it.
Oculus? We've got Becky, we've got Patch. Anyone else in the chat on
Got
Oculus?
Becky, Patch, and
Right.
I think there was. I think.
There's got to be some more people in here that have got Oculus. Might even.
Yeah, we've got to get a little community on the Oculus, because like it is amazing.
It's mad. I don't want to push people into that realm of VR, but at the same time,
No, but if they're using it anyway, like then
yeah.
jump on.
Not just that. If we did ever experience anything again, like another lockdown or something, it is great. That'd have been great to have. I'm pretty sure I had it through lockdown, but I still didn't use it. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I'm not.
My wife bought it for me, and I actually I hadn't gone online with it until I went on with you, because until then I just played a couple of games on it. That was it. I hadn't really used it to its potential.
I might have a little look on some games. Obviously, paintball will be one, but I'll have a little look on the Oculus app and see what other games there. If I find like 4 that look appealing, it could be fun. I'll do a community.
I'll tell you what was free. What was free when my mate got his? My mate over the road got his one. That's why I got my one. When my wife bought me mine for Christmas. But it was that Richie's Plank. Have you seen it?
I've not done it. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen many people do it.
Mate.
It looks genuine though. It looks fierce. Like
Mate,
I can see it.
I jumped off with these hand rocket things, and I started falling, and I was really. It was
That's the
pretty
one where you
scary.
see people die through TVs and that, like, and we had one similar, and where you walk to the edge. Oh, it's the one that you go down in a massive cage, and you submerge right to the depth of the bottom of the ocean, and there's this like tanker, this like it looks like a UFO or something like a sub that's sunk to the bottom. You got to get some chemicals and that off it, take it back, but you don't do anything. You're just in this little cage, and in our old house, this was on the PlayStation VR, this one was, in our old house, where the mat in the living room ended, it was the end of the cage on the VR, man. And so when your toes got to that bit, for anyone, even me knowing that was the mat, it just added that little bit more to the experience. And like, I remember my dad doing it, and his feet got to the end, and I've never seen him like that. He absolutely crapped himself to the point where he was trying, when the shark turned up, because the shark attacks after a while, he was trying to take it off, and I was going, Dad, don't take it off. I was like, if you pull it off your face, it's going to break. You can't just take it off halfway through a game. And he was like, I'm shutting my eyes, I'm not looking.
I've got another one called Affected Manor, and it's like this haunted house walkthrough thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, these little China dolls start getting up and running about, and like things start flying and all that. You're walking through this spooky house. It's proper weird.
It's some wicked games.
So it's good. It's good because obviously you look at the ceiling, you look up, you're looking at the ceiling, you look down, you're looking at the floor. You turn around, you're actually in this manor house. It's nuts. Absolutely love it.
There's some wicked games.
Good. But you can get too immersed in it. Like I say, I ran into the fireplace. Like when I was on Medal of Honor, I was ducked down behind a tank, and I was supposed to just, like, obviously with the controllers, run out and start shooting someone, and I actually ran straight into the fireplace because I just got so into it. It's like,
I don't know anyone that's got one that hasn't had an accident, like that has. But not just that, one of my colleagues, Adam, the one he's like a board gamer, if you like, but he's entered the realm of VR in the last couple of years. He said he's definitely started to feel new muscle form in his neck from wearing it. He's on it a lot. He lives on his own, but he said it's definitely adding. It's doing something to his neck. He's been on it that much, so he's took a back for a bit. But yeah, you can get lost in that, man. My younger brother was saying that if all shit hits the fan on that again, and we start to move into some sort of madness again, he said he's just going to buy a little property and he's going to live in VR. He's going to turn it into a VR room, and he ain't going to leave it. Do you know what I mean?
But that's what I said to you. Like on some of these games, like if you had a massive warehouse, and obviously you go around and spray your boundary around the outside of that warehouse, you can literally walk through a whole game.
That
would be
not
incredible.
Just that, there's a new setting. You can go around and you can incorporate actual objects within your house or within that room. So if you
I've done it in your little in your own little flat or pad, whichever one you have. Like I've drawn around the sofa and the footstool, and like I've got them in the actual thing now. In the actual
Yeah, I've
thing.
read about it. I want to do it. Is it good?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
good?
yeah. It's
Nice,
nuts.
nice.
Yeah, it's really good. Just having a look. Everyone's still talking. Julie, I love all the things I see. Range of clothes. This one's in Perth. Talking about crafties. Hi,
I
Dave
was
Two
saying,
Cakes.
you know, you said about the doing in a warehouse. Jack and Kevin, that they play the mini golf, which is
Yeah.
about 15 quid, I think, to buy. It's actually a good game.
Thank you, Kristen.
But he goes in the garden. So when you've got the breeze, you're in a back garden and you're playing crazy golf, which
Yeah.
you got the breeze in your face, the sun beaming on your face. He said it actually feels like you're playing golf.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Nick's saying with YouTube, don't compare yourself with others. Stay honest and enjoy the ride. Your audience will find you 100%. And that's what I'm saying. You know, all the guys that, you know, like that started about the same time as me, that 3 or 4 times what my channel is. But my channel is what I want it to be, you know. So if I'm having a day out, I'll film a day out. If I'm down the beach, I'll film the beach. If I'm in a charity shop, I film that. If I'm, you know, I'll tell you what I've got coming up. That's going to make a good video. My wife bought it for me just before lockdown and I had to redo it because it ran out by about 6 or 8 months and they let me get it changed up, get it back again. She bought me one of these, it's not like a red letter day, but it's at Goodwood. I've got a track.
Goodwood.
Yeah, Goodwood near me. It's a racetrack. It's a horse racing track. Actually, it's where I used to skydive when I was 21. I think I started jumping out of planes at Goodwood. But I can choose Aston Martins, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. I can drive too, Porsche, like Nissan Skylines. I can choose 2 cars to drive, and like I'm going to take my GoPro and record the whole thing. It's just going to make a proper nutty me driving around Goodwood racetrack in like an Aston Martin or a Lamborghini. It's just going to be nuts. So I've got that coming up soon. I might have the so I want to do that haunted night at Goring Castle where that lady C that was on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. She owns Goring Castle and got a haunted night. I think it might be the end of August. I think it might be August or September, but it's 40 quid a ticket, and I just think it'd be a good laugh. So that'd be a good
I'll
one.
Be there, mate. I'll be there making all those weird noises.
I know it's you. I know it's you. I'll hear your wife laughing as well. She's so funny.
She's got a very distinctive laugh. Mason did say to her, "Mum, do you have to laugh in public? Why you keep laughing so loud?" He was scared. She has got an evil laugh. I will give him that. It's very sort of, yeah. I know what you mean. Cackle, word, a cackle, hackle, whatever it is.
Yeah. So like I say, you know, it's like my boy wants to do magnet fishing, so I'm going to do a bit of that.
I used to watch a few videos of that. I don't know.
Mate, it's brilliant, honestly.
Yeah, you get
like where we're not so much. I don't think down where we are. I don't think there'd be a lot really down here. But like the canals in Surrey,
doing it down in London and that when we took the I think when was it? That's a fair few years back. Me and Sarah met me mum and Kev down there because they took them about 7 days, I think, maybe 6-7 days to get to London, where their boat's moored. And by the time I actually got there, we went down there for a couple of days, stayed at Sarah's mum's, just met up with them. So it was down by the locks quite a bit, the canals and that. And mate, the amount of people walking along with the metal magnets, like it's unreal. There's a lot of people doing it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, them magnets are absolutely fortunes. Like it cost a packet for a decent magnet and a rope. Yeah, they can cost a lot of money. But like say there's canals up in Surrey, like because obviously it was bombed heavily up there. You know, people pulling out World War I stuff, World War II stuff.
Mad.
It's nuts, like proper old.
There's a lot of rubbish you're going to be pulling up as well. That's the only thing.
Oh yeah, you're going to pull out a load of old bikes and stuff like that. But I've seen people like pull out like hand grenades and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, imagine that would be bad. But I think for that, I mean, if I was going to do that, I don't know how much it'd be. Probably wouldn't be worth getting a second-hand kit just in case it didn't work. But like a scuba set, man, Get yourself a scuba set. Get in that now.
Have you ever seen Dali MD?
I don't know if that's the guy that me and Mason used to watch, but when Mason was about 10,
He
11,
does all the cleaning up in the rivers and that, and he finds
gets
guns,
phones, glasses,
finds guns.
knives.
Yeah, he's found
Does he
like,
return them
ashes.
Does he return them to the
Yeah,
people?
yeah.
You can find
engagement rings. He's found engagement rings and all that. Yeah.
we used to watch him a lot.
Well, he had only just started. It didn't take him long before he hit 1 million, and now he's on something like 10 or 20 million. He's absolutely smashed.
The thing is, man, they go to some decent places as well. And like when you look at that, right, he's obviously got a hobby in diving, right? So he's definitely doing, like, YouTube is his second thing. He's doing what he loves, and YouTube is the second thing, in it, because like that the content came second. He was doing that before he started doing YouTube, I'm sure. Which is again something else. And everyone, that's why there's such a community in the reselling. There's such a large community within reselling, is because everyone likes a gold hunt, looking for that treasure. Whether you look at the gold diggers on the down the Aussies, the Outback ones on program, or the pickers, the storage wars, even that new rubbish one that was just aired recently, and all the other programs where you're looking. That's what got me watching most of your content and other people's content within.
Yeah.
I would have come across a boot sale video, and because I like boot sales, I clicked on it, and because I like to learn a little bit about what's good to buy and stuff, it's like anything, the more knowledge you get. But the most enjoyable bit, I'm just enjoying the rummage, and I'm looking, I feel like I'm there. So when you've got something like that, that geezer's underwater doing exactly what we're doing, only he's guaranteed to find things that people have lost and stuff.
But he does. He finds a lot of good stuff, and he does try and return it. If he can't return it,
that's
then
the difference, isn't it, as well?
The weapons, they always have to phone the police, and like if no one claims it and it's not been used in anything like a blooming murder or something, he's allowed to keep it. So for him, it's ideal, and he does it with 2 other people as well, and they've got their own channels as well. But like I love all that, and every time we've been abroad, I've said to my wife that I'm going to do the scuba diving thing. When they come round, I'm going to do the scuba diving test and do my PADI, my PADI, and like get my diving qualification, because I would love to do it. I don't know how I'd cope with it because I'm asthmatic, so like being underwater breathing through that thing.
Just trying to see if I've only done it as a kid, like is in the pool when we was in Spain or somewhere. I remember being about 14, 15 and doing it then. But I remember the biggest advice. We was at the place we was at in Greece. There was a Scuba Steve guy going around every day, and we was chatting to him every single day. Lovely guy, French guy, and we was chatting to him quite a bit. And he was giving us some tips and stuff just in case we did end up doing it. But it's all about steadying your breath. Like as long as you're remember to breathe steadily, because you could, like, if someone like Sarah jumped in that doesn't like water, for example, has got a fear of water anyway, and you put her in that,
smelly.
You're
smelly.
Who's smelly?
She doesn't like water. She doesn't go in the bath or shower.
No. I thought someone just walked behind me and I hope no one's behind me.
It's that ghost ears again.
No, she don't mind that. It's just the actual
Donna's Savvy Mum UK. Donna, she's saying she has a magnet fishing YouTube too. Really? I'm gonna have a look at that.
There we go. Look, plug it, put it on.
Plug it. Oh, there you go. Magnet Maniacs. Found a brand new bike.
This is that time. This is that time in the garden. Yeah, there's about 5-6 dogs in the sort of within a stone's throw away, I'd say.
Yeah.
You hear him. One will start over that end, then that one starts. And Boo's only really found her bark since we lived there. She never used to bark. And it's a pathetic.
Oh, do you know what? Actually, it's Denzel. Oh, hang on. It's Denzel Washington. My eldest stepdaughter's just got a pug.
Nice.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
Yeah, you wait.
So cute.
Making those noises and that, mate. There's
people. Mate, it's so cute. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's so cute. Look at this little thing. Look at this little thing. You should be able to see it.
The same bed as what Boo's got.
Woody, what are you doing? Oh,
so cute. Oh, look, yeah, it looks like your one. So cute.
They are. They're cute.
She got it off a friend of hers, right? It's pedigree pug, 600 quid.
Mental.
Yeah.
Mental. The thing is, they are stopping people breeding them dogs now. I believe that's what I got told, and I think it makes sense. If they are,
Yeah.
they're designer dogs. They've been bred for certain purposes and whatever. It
Yeah.
ain't fair. Like, we've been really lucky with Boo. She's got to be about 13 years old now.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say
Imagine
just
that.
under, maybe just under. But she's been fine. She's been slim most of her life, like even to the point where when the vet told us a couple of years back that she was overweight, and like every other pug I've seen is just massive. We've not done that. We've not tried to bulk her up. We've not tried to make her fat. Because we've got kids, we've got cats. She's always been active. But
Yeah,
even
we
as
just lost one of our cats. 19.5 years old he was.
no way. Fair play.
Mm.
19
We
and
had to have him put to sleep last week.
We was only
He's-
talking
he-
about this yesterday because Jack
Yeah.
brought up the kitty. Our kitty is, sorry, no, Boo's not that old. Boo is only 11, 12, not even 12, 11. Kitty is 14. 'cause
Not
we've got
Jilly.
one, yeah. But cats last a little bit longer than these dogs. But yeah, like I say, even though Boo's grown up with cats and she's an active dog, like when
Yeah.
it's really, really hot and she can't breathe properly, man, that ain't fair for no one. It's like bringing out an OAP that's on a breathing apparatus and putting them out in the
Yeah.
baking hot sun. It's just like, it's mad.
Yeah.
Bless them.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
I've ever had, like, I've had a few dogs. I've had boxer dogs. I've had an Akita.
yeah, I had a boxer.
I had two boxers. I've had two boxers, yeah, when I was a kid. One, and then one we got put down, had cancer, and the other one was when I got with Sarah, and Sarah ended up taking Todd, bless him, because he got ill as well. But I think they're prone to getting cancer and that. Them boxers again, bred. I think it's like it's just them flat-faced dogs, man. They come with problems, and it's just one of them things.
Yeah.
But we've been really lucky with you, and when you're beautiful, and she's the best dog in the world. We can take her anywhere. She's so good, man. You're so good.
Yeah. How old is she?
Sarah, are you out here still? I can't see over there. It's too dark. Oh, you are. Boo's 11, isn't
Ain't
she?
Sharon.
12.
How old is she? 12. Hello, Sarah.
9. Oh, 9. She's 9. I lied. She's 9.
Oh, 9.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo's was nice. She's going grey though. She didn't get
Yeah.
Boo.
A lot.
Boo. They don't want to see that end, mate. Turn around.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing more disgusting than a cat's bum. It's not.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, it's
But
some
do you know you can get them jewels, can't you? You can get cat bum jewels, like you slide the band over their tail, and the jewel hangs over their bum, so you don't have to look
How
at their
annoying
bum.
though, especially if it tickles them every time they're walking. It's like flapping.
Yeah,
Like,
but like it's nothing worse. Like when the cats come up to like rub up against you and that, and
this is the pug shuffle. This is the pug shuffle. This is the pug shuffle. Ready? God. Oh, she's gone. She's gone. She's gone.
Oh.
Good old girl, man. She does think she's a cat though. She
Oh,
genuinely
she's
thinks she's a
cute.
cat because she's
cute.
grown up with
Look at
kittens.
Oreo.
Where is the
Yeah.
cat? Is Oreo out as well?
By the door.
Oh, he's in the door now.
Right, guys. Well, I think I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you very much, mate, and appreciate you coming on.
Nah, mate, honestly, man, you reached out a fair few times, man. And if
That's
honestly,
all right.
if you didn't do it, then I probably wouldn't even be, or I wouldn't be here. I would
Yeah.
still be alive. Don't take that the
Yeah.
wrong
Oh
way.
yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
be
I
on
hope so.
this. I wouldn't be on this live, and I
No.
wouldn't have entered. I would have watched it probably in the background, but
Yeah.
when you get away from something for so long, it sort of becomes like a back thing. But I'm glad that you did phone when you did, man. That's what I'm trying to say because
Yeah, no, it's good,
get me
mate.
back
I'm
into
just glad. I'm just glad to see you all right, and glad to see you're all good, and just
I'll have
to
some
see you
updates
back.
coming. I'll have some updates now that I've finished off paying off the van,
Right,
with mechanics. I said to you, when that gets done, I've already planted the seed with this one. I said, what did I say to you yesterday morning or yesterday afternoon? When I say I want to go in the van, the first trip in the van, mate, is coming up your ends.
Yes.
I don't care whether you like it or not. Even if it's for
Oh no,
night.
I'm gonna love it. No, get yourselves down. Get yourselves
Hopefully
down.
before this summer's out.
Yeah.
Man, 100%.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be
Defo.
good. But
Yeah.
right, guys. So thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for staying with us for nearly 2.5 hours.
How many
Still
people
40,
still listening to me
still
chat?
43. We've still got 43.
No way. Thank you very much.
So I just want to say thank you to you guys for all your support and everything, and just for being there to have a chat with us, and and spending your time with us. Cheers to Max. Yeah, and Sarah as well, and the pug.
There's Dirty Dancing. Do you want one more
Yes,
before we leave?
yeah, come on, let's
One
see,
more for the end
another bit. Yeah,
credits.
one more bit of Dirty
Come on for
Dancing.
the credits.
Yeah, so head over to Tam and Bell Sales channel. Go and check out their new video.
Are they on now?
They're dropping one right now. So
I'm
go
going
and
to
have
go eat my dinner
go and
and
check
I'll
that
watch
out.
it. I'll
Yeah.
be in there watching it.
Right. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. And yeah, enjoy the hot weather.
And the booty tomorrow.
If you're going booting, get some good stuff. If you're selling, sell loads of stuff. I'm at the booty tomorrow. Me and Max might go live from the boot sale. We might do a link up and do a live from the boot sale tomorrow. I'll be at Apscourt Farm and he's going to be at his one. So yeah, you might have that to look forward to. Maybe about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Other than that, we'll see you soon. See you later. Bye.